Hey, sorry I'm late, everybody. I had to go check my mail real quick because they delivered a package to not my door. So you know how that goes. You got to worry about these people stealing shit these days. Them fucking
Oh,
people.
true.
But bear with me. I want to open this up and put it on my gun on camera because I want to be one of the cool kids. Ugh.
Uh-oh. I'm just trying to be a cool kid. Everybody
Try
watch
to be.
out. Hold your
Try
beer.
to be. Oh shit! Look at me. Blurry. Blurry. All right, cool. Less blurry. So for this gun, I've got another accessory as what's that dude's name? Fucking Sush 00. I really don't
Yep.
like that guy. I don't know, something about him. The way he talks annoys the fuck out of me. But I've got some 45-degree iron sights to go
Oh, they finally came in, eh?
on my gun. Yeah. So hopefully I can get these to go on here. Oh shit, I need a fucking flathead screwdriver. Okay. Hi everybody. This is Late Night with E Honda, the greatest show on all the internet, where we talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Right now we're gonna be gunsmithing. You guys have a good set of bits? You need a good set of bits. You also need to put them back when you're done, because otherwise you can't find them. But look, every single one's there. Every fucking single one. Organized Honda.
Hot diggity damn.
Hot diggity damn. Who says that? Who fucking says that shit?
Me, I just said it, bitch.
With your biddles and your fucking britches?
My fancy food from the redneck Gordon Ramsay, as Carter says.
All right, here we go. Ooh, magnetic. It's electric. Boogie, oogie, woogie. All right.
I had a pair of those on one of my ARs. I ended up having to take them off because the one of them just broke.
So you go like right, or yeah, that feels way better than left. Okay. So they got to go like this.
Well, I had them on the left side just because I'm left eye dominant.
Whoever said healthy looking, I have been doing everything I can lately to be as healthy as possible. So thank you for noticing. Thanks for asking. Thanks for playing. Oh, come on. I got to loosen that up some more.
Well, we care about the handler.
Yeah, well, if you don't care about yourself, who will? You know what I mean?
Amen to that.
If you don't take care of your own fucking health, no one's going to do it for you. If you don't do what you can for yourself, I mean, I guess you can take some pills for a while or whatever, but that only works for so long. And then there's all the side effects of all the bullshit, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they got me on, here, I'll show you guys in a second here.
Hey, Honda, I'm going to switch over to my computer.
All right, get your biddles. Hold on to your britches. Yeah, I'm late. All right. You know, if you were here, Brutus 13, when I started, you would have heard my excuses as to why. All right, there's the front sight installed. How's that look? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to like this or not. I don't know. We'll find out. And a rear sat. Don't worry, I've got some stories to go over. I just literally just got this. It's like freezing cold for being outside. We got a super chat from MSB 9021. Here, let me pull it up. After several 16-inch and SBRs, I thought I was going to be done building. I've had two completed lowers with stripped uppers in the safe. I have an 18-inch 223 Wild Faxon barrel coming. Here I go again. I've built 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 AR-15s now.
Damn.
Yeah, but I only currently have 4 of them. because I sold one and I traded another for some shit. All right, rear sight incoming. Get on there, boy.
So when you say build, are you talking about everything or just the lowers out of them?
One upper I've built. The other uppers I've just like bought completed.
Okay.
And then yeah, all the lowers I've built.
Yeah, because I'm currently still in the process of building out a lower.
It's not
and
hard.
I've never built an upper, so I don't plan to either. Because
uppers aren't hard either, dude. Honestly, like you think it's like, oh, you got to do this. No, you just fucking put it together. It's fucking Legos. Like even a gunsmith like me can do it. All right, here we go. This is his final form.
Not too shabby.
So they got you in the red dot. Oh, red dot doesn't work anymore. Cool. I like it. Only problem is it sticks out and it might fucking break off, but these look pretty fucking hefty and they're made out of metal. So, should be okay. Should be. Here, let's get a magazine to put in this bitch. Do I have one right here? I thought I had one right here. No, apparently not. Oh, that's AR-10. Here we go. Final form. This is my fancy AR with all the biddles on it.
I still love those grips, dude. They're fucking comfortable.
Yeah, dude. They have these front grip, like the I forget what it's called. Hera Arm CQR for like $40 for Black Friday on Palmetto.
Oh fuck, man! I didn't know that. I missed it. I would have got one.
Yeah, because I think I paid like $100 for mine back when I got it, whenever that was. Hey, Xanatos, how are you doing there, buddy?
Doing good. Doing good. What's up? What's up? How are you
What's up,
doing?
Xanto?
How you guys doing?
I'm
Good.
still disappointed that you don't look like your profile picture.
Jeff Bridges on a bridge.
That's funny. I was thinking about getting a guitar, man. Me and Matt were looking at them last night.
Oh yeah? Hell yeah, dude.
Do you have any recommendations for the $150 level? Acoustic?
Acoustic? Say I have one. It's like a straight up acoustic. It's not that white one that I've been playing with. It's let me look at the name. I can't remember, but it was like $125 at Guitar Center. It sounds really good though. It's let me go grab that and I'll turn my cam on and everything. I'll be back.
All right. Because I was thinking about getting like a Yamaha or something off Amazon, because that's about the price that the Yamahas go for. I used to back in the day have an Ovation guitar, which are really fucking nice.
Yeah, that's what my white one is the Ovation.
Yeah, I love that. It was my mom's guitar. Dude, I kick my ass for this, because when she was still alive, she gave it to me, and I really wanted an electric guitar, so she took me to a music store, and I traded the Ovation acoustic guitar for like some shitty Epiphone fucking electric guitar, and now I don't even have that anymore. But I wish I had the guitar that she had, from when she was a kid. Hold on, let me look here. Ovation guitar.
This one here is a Washburn. Oh, I gotta switch the settings here.
Yeah, dude, like all these Ovations are like $500 fucking dollars.
Yeah, they're not cheap anymore. I don't think they were really ever cheap.
No, they were never cheap.
They were cheap-ish compared to some of the other stuff, and they still outdo some of the other stuff for sure.
Dude, the sound on that thing was amazing. Like the resonance and the deepness of the sound, and it had the full 41-inch fucking fretboard and all that stuff. And
this is a
Washburn.
Washburn here.
Ding dang no Washburn, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Sounds decent too. not bad.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do. It's just a straight up acoustic. There's no electronics in it or anything. It's all right. See that?
Okay,
It's pretty, though.
the cheapest Ovation I can find is like $300.
Yeah, they're not cheap, man. This one was like a special at a Guitar Center, and it was like hell $100 off or something like that. It was like pretty damn good deal. Normal price was like $250. So I was like, yeah, might as well get it.
Yeah, maybe I should go to fucking Guitar Center because Guitar Center is the shit. I like
they
going
got
there.
deals sometimes. That's for sure.
I just like the store, you know, like going around there and fucking fucking around with the bongos and with the drums and stuff, you know.
That's one thing I miss, honestly, as well in Colorado is Guitar Center. There ain't
Well, it's like
out here.
right by my work too. Like all I'd have to do is
yeah.
like leave an hour early for work, and I could stop by there and spend an hour fucking doing shit.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good like stress relief too. If you're not trying to do any gaming or anything, you just want to go play music or listen to people play music, or you know. It's
There's always
cool.
someone playing like what's the name of that song? Fuck, never mind.
Stairway to Heaven.
Yes, that's
Yeah, they try. They try. The one that I went to, they got pissed, dude. It was funny. I don't know if it's like they're just doing it to do it, but they did not like it very much. Oh.
I'm sure they just hear it all fucking day long, and it's like everyone who tries to play it kind of sucks at it. So they're just like, "All right, cool, another shitty ass rendition of fucking Stairway. Thanks, buddy." I'd like to find one.
I'd like to find bassy guitar.
I'd like to find an Ovation that looks just like the one that I used to have.
What one did you have? You have like the black one with like the teal, or did you have?
No, it had like the
ones.
Kind of like this color. Here, let me screen share.
Yeah.
Screen share. She sells seashells by the seashore. So this is a bass, and it's not even close to the same style, but it has the color of the wood is similar.
Okay.
So it had like, I don't know what you call that, like sunburst or something.
Yeah, I think it's a form of sunburst for sure.
So it had that kind of wood on it, but then it looked like this one kind of. Sorry, I'm trying to not dox myself.
All good. Protections, you know? Security. That one's sweet.
Yeah, so it kind of looked like it had like the body of this one, but it had like the fucking color of the other one, if that makes sense. And then it also had like around the outside, it had some like weird scroll work, and then around the fucking circle, it had some scroll work too. So it's not exactly like this one either. Right.
Ovation is really good on their like the what do you call it? Like that ring around the tone hole and the like the outside, that little border. They do a really good job on those.
Wesley Foster says, please demonstrate prolonged amplified electrical feedback to show no fuel is needed to prolong electric sine waves. We only teach burn more fuel. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what that was.
Pawn shops usually have cheap guitars. That's a good idea too. I could go to the pawn. There's like a million pawn shops.
You gotta be careful. Just be careful. That's all I gotta say. They got some fake stuff too. Like I've gone to pawn shops and seen supposed classic Fenders, and they're not even real Fenders. They are literally Chinese, not even real, but they look like the old school stuff. And they were made in China, and they try to sell them at like the higher prices. It's just like, nah.
I don't like buying guns at pawn shops in Denver or in Colorado anyway. Like, you do not save any money. Like, dude, I went to this one pawn shop one time, and they had a Glock 17. And I was like, oh, does this have the 17 round mags? Because like Colorado's got 15 round mag limits and stuff.
Mhm.
And the guy's like, they don't call it a Glock 17 because it's got 17 round magazines. And I go, I didn't say that. It was Gaston Glock's 17th patent, you fuck ass. And I walked out of that place. Like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
And they were trying to charge like $600 and something for a used Glock.
What the fuck? You can get a P80 Gen 1 OEM Glock for like $450, brand new. Brand spanking new.
Oh, I know.
That's
I know.
ridiculous. $600 or $700 for that? That's retarded.
Yeah,
don't
I
understand that.
hate people. The older I get, the less tolerance I have for the stupidity of the average person.
Same.
I can second that or third that.
Third,
Third and Hyman.
okay, and then they've got like these like $90 guitars online. Check this out. This looks fine. Like this doesn't look like it has anything wrong with it. Right?
It could be good. I
Could
mean,
be. Or it could be a shit
really-
mag. 'Cause I've spent like $75 on a guitar once, and I got it, and it was just like, good.
what I would say, look at the neck, see what the neck is made out of, and what kind of frets they have. Always feel the frets, because if they're like sharp on the sides, they don't really refine it that much. And that means the neck quality might not be the greatest, potentially. There are some guitars that have sharp frets, but the neck is still really good. They just don't take their time and sand them down.
I just get tired of the like cheap guitar, and then you buy it, and it's like a 3/4 size, so it doesn't have the full size fretboard and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
god damn it.
Mm-hmm. The youth models where they have like, what is it? Freaking. I think it's a 46-inch instead of a 52-inch neck or something like that. It's one or the other. But you want the longer one though, for sure, for adult. I know way more about guns than guitars, so.
Yeah, same.
Strings count too, though.
Yeah, if they get the nylon strings, it always sounds like shit.
Mm-hmm. Don't put steel strings on a nylon string guitar because the necks can't take it.
That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
That is the problem there, boy. And I never use picks either. Like I played guitar for like 10 years. I never used it. Like I kept dropping the pick into the guitar, and then you gotta
getting all pissed off at it.
And then one day, I ran out of picks, and I was just like, all right, like I'm just gonna use my
strumming.
fingers. And
I suck at finger strumming, man. That shit's
I got
hard.
pretty good at it.
Nice.
I mean, good is relative. I got good at it in comparison to what I was with a pick.
Right.
Smoke says, fuck the bike, spend a few thousand on a real guitar. No.
What's a real guitar? That's what I want to know. Smoke,
Few
what's your
thousand?
dude? You can get nice guitars that are not $1,000. There are some out there that you can get that are fairly decent. You don't need like rock star fucking $2,000, $3,000 guitars. Definitely don't get a Gibson because those are just junk. The old ones, nice. The fucking new ones, junk.
See, this is the bike I want right here. This is the bike. They want $3,000 for it. And I technically have the money, but I don't want to spend $3,000 right now because the economy feels like it's about to fucking take a shit. All right, I'm not mad. Can you stop playing?
Yeah.
It does not soothe me. It makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up straight like a cat who's about to pounce.
Two-banger bike?
Yeah, it's a parallel twin.
Okay.
They make about 75 horsepower. I mean, it's nothing crazy. The thing about this bike is it's got a 6-gallon tank, so it's got like 350-mile range, something like that.
Oh yeah.
It's got the large suspension travel, So you can put knobbies on it and fucking take this off-roading a little bit, like
Dual
mild
sport it.
off-roading. Yeah, like dual sport kind of shit. I wouldn't say like trail riding or like single track because it's probably way too heavy for that, you know. But you can take it on some dirt roads and down some rocky stuff or whatever, wouldn't be bad for that. Great for the highway, and from everything that I've heard, these are pretty good in the twisties too. So this is like a good all-around bike. Like if you're only gonna have one bike, this is like the do everything bike. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Good all around, good city, good like put the tires on it, you can go do a little bit of trail stuff as long as it's not too crazy. Be fun.
Yeah. Plus it's got the like this one already has the fucking roll cage on it and shit like that.
Yeah,
So
the
if you
engine
drop
cage.
it. And then you can put highway pegs on here. Just fucking clip on some highway pegs. And then put a bigger windscreen on this shit, dude. This is like the perfect bike, in my opinion. Honestly, this is the one I want. I could have settled for a cheaper bike a while back, but I was like, no, this is the bike I want. And now I'm not going back on that. I was thinking about I've got a Patreon and not many people are on it, and I'm terrible at promoting it. You know what I mean? So but I also never fucking take money out of it. So, like, I've had this Patreon for the entire time I've been doing YouTube. I think I withdrew the money one time in that amount of time. And it's got a good amount. It's got almost $500 in it now.
Nice.
So if I can, get some more people on Patreon and then get it a little closer to, halfway there with the Patreon money, then it won't hurt so bad, when I buy it. Okay, we got Floyd Country. How you doing, Floyd? Says Yankee Marshall sent me here. That Honda looks too big for EDC, CCW, or use at the range. What Honda? What are you talking about, sir? I'll show you what I carry. That's in my jacket right now. I think it's in my jacket. Oh yeah, it is. 642. I was telling my neighbor about, because he was like, "Yeah, I've got Beretta, and I never carry it because it's too big. I keep it in the truck sometimes." I'm like, "Dude, get yourself a 642." And he's like, "A what?" And so I told him about it. Now he's looking it up because these are what, like $450. They're not that expensive. Fucking dead nuts reliable. Weighs fucking nothing. Slip it in your pocket. Forget it's there. 5 shots 38 special. Could put plus P in that bitch. Yeah. The red Honda in the pick for EDC. This is not a Honda. It's a Kawasaki, first of all. I'd have to change my name. E-Cowie, not 420, because I don't smoke weed anymore either. Like, my whole name's fucked up. My name was E-Honda 420 because I like Street Fighter 2, which is still true. Because I rode a Honda and I drove a Honda because I had a Honda Accord, and now I drive a Toyota RAV4, and I had a Honda CBR 600 F4i, and I don't have that anymore. So now I have 0 Honda products. And 420 because I smoked weed, but I quit smoking weed. So now my name doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah. Bo James says, if that bike's frame is the same as the Ninja 650, it's the same motor. Yes, it is the same motor. Some of them had a problem with the frame cracking in the rear shock mount. No, it is not the same frame. If you look at a Ninja 650, let's look at a Ninja 650. Completely different frame. Like, you see, like, that swing arm's different. The fucking subframe in the back's different. It does not have the same frame at all. Completely different, which is basically the main difference between the Ninja 650 and the Versus 650, because they do have the same motor, same transmission, all that shit. Although Ninja 650s are pretty cool too. It's just not as versatile. Versatile. as the Yankee Marshal would say, because he can't say versatile. Versatile. Corey, say versatile. Corey's not here.
Versatile is versatile.
Yeah, man, I miss having a bike though. I really do. I sold it when my sister had cancer a couple years back. It was like 2 years ago, something like that, and I had a Suzuki SV650 at that time. Corey, say versatile.
Versatile.
There you go.
Why?
I was just trying to say how a Southerner says versatile.
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 Yeah, sorry about that. I had to take a phone call. My wife called me and dealing with some drama shit.
That sucks.
Not with her, just other stuff.
Ugh. Yeah, dude. Fuck the drama.
Yeah, I'll tell you later in the after chat.
KY Ride says, I ride a Norden 901. It's the same. It's some good, but expensive. Yeah, I don't have money for expensive shit, unfortunately. Versatile, says MSB. Rocket 3s are cool too, man. I don't know, like that's the bike I want though, is the Versus. There's like all kinds of cool bikes out there. I've done a fuck ton of research. You know, like when you're like buying a gun and like you're like, oh yeah, the Canic. Like let's look up at the Canic and we'll find out all about it and how much it weighs and how many rounds and what colors it comes in and how reliable it is, and I'll watch 20 videos on it and all that stuff that you do when you buy a gun.
Mm-hmm.
I did that with motorcycles except for times 50.
I bet.
So I've like watched every single video on YouTube that has anything to do with the Versus 650. Like if there's a video about the Versus 650, I've watched it. As well as other bikes too. Like I thought about getting that Gladius for a little while, but it's not as good for certain things, and you know, it was a little bit cheaper. It was only $2,500 for that one that I found, but the guy sold it. Actually, he stopped texting me back because I was trying to lowball him. If he would have sold it to me for $2,000, I would have bought it. Emmanuel says, wait, Eminem's brother. Sorry, I'm used to Emmanuel being there. 642 better than 43. What's the 643? Is that the one with the bobbed hammer?
I don't know. I do have a gun related question. One.
Shoot. See what I did there?
Wordplay. But you know, I got that Rossi RS22. I saw a video, and I can get the stock for like less than $60. But ProMag actually makes a replacement stock for the Mossberg Plinkster 702 Plinkster that will fit the Rossi. But I don't know if anyone in the chat or if you might know if it adds to the length of pull. Like, does it make the gun overall longer?
Yeah, I don't know. 643s and 22 long rifle. So no, it's not better. To answer your question, Eminem's brother.
If you're just gonna get a 22 revolver, you might as well just get a Heritage.
Yeah, like this gun that I also happen to have right here.
What'd you pay for the 10 shot? Is it 9 or 10?
It's 9, and I think I paid like $180 out the door.
That's not bad.
So it's a little bit more, and it's got like that case hardened, not case hardened look to it. So I paid a little extra for that too, you know. But
yeah,
it's a nice little gun, dude. I love this thing. Shooting this thing's a fucking ton of fun.
I haven't seen one of those. I only see the 6-shot ones.
Yeah, they have them. Just go to a gun broker. They've got them. You just got to search for it, you know.
I'm currently on a certain site that I'm bidding on another Taurus 85 since my wife wants one. Looks just like the one I have, except with longer barrel.
Rick Ross, the boss, says they're talking about the Glock 43. Oh, the single stack 9. Oh, that's just a matter of opinion. I feel like the 642, like a revolver, a 5-shot revolver, disappears in your pocket more easily. So when you're pocket carrying, it doesn't look like you have a gun because the outline gets broken up and it's kind of lumpy and stuff like that. And if you're just looking at it, you don't really know. Versus you have a Glock, it looks like you have a gun in your pocket. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If I could go back, though, to before I bought the 642, I would have got the one with the bobbed hammer. It's like exactly the same fucking gun.
Why? Just so it wouldn't snag on stuff, or
Well, this one doesn't have a hammer, so it doesn't snag on stuff, and that one has a hammer that doesn't snag on stuff. But having the ability to shoot at single action, because the double action pull on it's like 12 pounds or something like that.
yeah.
And you can put different springs and get the trigger polished and shit like that, and it would reduce it somewhat. This one, the 638, is the one I'm talking about.
I just don't like the look of it. It looks funky.
Yeah, it does, but who cares what it looks like, bro? It's not a fucking beauty contest. It's about functionality. It's about usability.
Different strokes for different folks.
It's about penis and vagina. Let me switch screens here. Because I like having this on this screen and this one over here. I don't know why.
Get that third monitor yet?
No, it's supposed to be here Monday. I've got everything set up for it. Like I got the wall mount ready to go.
Awesome.
Just got to get the thing for it, and then I'll have a third monitor, and then I won't have to worry about that anymore. Oh shit! Glass 3222 dropped in $20. Jesus, man, thank you. It said for the motorcycle / guitar fund. What should I get first, the guitar or the motorcycle?
Well, you've been talking about the motorcycle for the longest, so I'd say that. Or, I mean, the guitar is going to be a hell of a lot fucking cheaper.
I mean, I could get the guitar right fucking now, and it wouldn't hurt my finances. But if the fucking motorcycle's really the thing.
Yeah, you're going to take a hit on.
It's unfortunate, but true. I just miss having it, dude.
Which one are you going to get more use out of or use? I would say get that first.
Yeah, what would you like to play with more? Motorcycle or guitar?
Exactly.
I would ride that motorcycle every day that the weather would permit. But I could play the guitar at any time I'm home and bored.
Dude, get a ukulele, bro. They're like $40.
I don't know how to play the ukulele. I played guitar for like 10 years. I played the ukulele like 2 times.
It's like backwards a little bit. I know the notes are different on the strings. They're kind of way off. Like
I don't know how to tune a ukulele. It's only got 4 strings. It's just weird, dude.
What is that one guitar looking thing called? Is it like a mandolin? Yeah, get a mandolin.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll get a violin while I'm at it too. I'll just get the whole string instrument fucking quartet.
Mandolin is like 6 or 12 strings, aren't they? Pretty sure.
I don't know. Let's look it up.
I think they're like 12.
Mandolin.
Yeah, I'm thinking of something else. I don't know.
Screen share. She shares screen shares by the screen shore. No, it's 8 strings.
8 strings, okay. That could be fun. The tuning would be similar to a guitar. Instead of having like a high and then a low, and then high again, it'd probably be standard tuning. You just have more closely related strings, I guess.
Smoke says Yankee Marshall is the reason I'll never own a 22 LR. He took one to the head and it bounced off. That is true.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I got shot.
Well, I mean, according to his own story, yes. I don't know if anyone can confirm that.
Probably not.
And no, I'm not getting a
Honestly,
banjo.
report.
Well, he said that he has micro strokes or whatever. It's like I kind of believe that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Who's
Could
to
that
say it's
also
from a
be a
22, though?
could that be a result of the jibby jab?
No, because it was before the jibby jab that he had all that shit.
Okay.
Well, he also had fucking like half his face fucking decided to droop. What do they call that? Bell's palsy.
Yep, Bell's palsy. But that I don't know if that was happened when he first got the jibby jab or if it was before.
I thought that was before.
I think it was because I remember watching that chat and all of a sudden you could just see his fucking face was like half of it was just starting to melt. Because afterwards, people were even in the comments they were trying to get his attention to what's wrong.
So my brother had shingles a while back.
Oh, I heard that's fucking painful as shit.
And while it was like first setting in, he didn't know that he had shingles, like he just like thought that he was, he just felt weird,
Mm.
And he hit me up one day and he was like, "Hey, are you at work? Can I come into your work and like, hang out?" And I was like, "No, I'm not, but let me call my manager and like he'll hook you up." Right? So when you get there, ask for this dude and he'll give you the hookup. So he's like, "Okay, cool." And he took his like two of his friends with and went to my work and met up with my manager and shook his hand, right? And my manager shook his hand back, and then at some point like itched his ear and got Bell's palsy on like half of his fucking face that didn't go away for like a year.
Jesus.
Yeah. And like we don't know it was from my brother, but I have a strong suspicion that it was from my brother. I felt bad about that one, but it wasn't my fault. You know what I mean? Like, what can you do? Fingering on days off.
I
That's a new one. I don't think I've seen you in the chats before.
haven't either.
It says 38 special revolver beats a 9mm semi. Easy to become accurate with a 38 revolver. As far as ballistics go, 9mm is technically faster than the 38 special, right? As far as becoming accurate with with especially like a snub nose double action only 38, these are difficult to shoot. So on both accounts, no, right? It's not as powerful and it's harder to shoot. However, this thing never fucking jams ever. You pull the trigger, it goes bang. You can shoot it from inside of your pocket. It weighs less, and the outline, the silhouette is different, so people don't notice it as much. So there's pluses and minuses. Just depends on what's important to you. You know what I mean?
I can't wait to fucking go shoot this little bad boy.
Oh yeah, let's see this bitch. Pop! Oh.
And when I bought a box of ammo, the only box they fucking had at any of my local gun stores, I didn't realize it's actually lead rounds.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but I don't know. This fucking little thing's. I've been finger fucking it since I got it.
The other thing about 38 that is better than 9mm, I mean, and again, this is my opinion, is hold on, let me take you off of full screen. Okay, so like if you want to reload it all, if you want to get into reloading, 38 special is one of the easiest rounds to reload that there is. It's got a straight walled case, so you don't have to go through the sizing and all the bullshit with it. If you put a little bit too much or a little bit not enough powder in a particular round, the guns can generally handle it without a problem, especially for shooting something that shoots 357 Magnum, right? Because you can fucking overload the fuck out of a 38 special and shoot it out of a 357 Magnum, and it's not a problem. So the reloading is probably the other benefit to 38 special. And if you're set up for 38 special, you can also reload 357 Magnum with just a little bit of difference too. So you can get another round out of it too. Fire in my hole. Yeah, there's some new people here tonight. I like it. It says Yankee Marshall is special needs, so I don't make fun of him anymore. He keeps clearing his throat in each live chat. My speakers get blown out every time. Yeah, why does he do that? He clears his throat more than I did when I smoked cigarettes constantly.
Allergies? I don't fucking know. He does.
He's drinking the cum on the side.
He's cum guzzling.
Cum guzzling gutter slut.
Semen infested man mattress.
No.
I think that wins.
Herpes infested cum bubble.
Jesus Christ, that wins. Fire in my hole says, I have shingles too. It keeps the rain out of my roof. Everyone needs shingles.
Touche.
Furry Friend says 642 has no stovepipes or FTF, failure to fire, or limp wrist. It's true. I guess you could get a stovepipe in it. Like if you forget to put powder in. Actually, that's not true. Because I reloaded a whole bunch of rounds one time, and I forgot to put powder in one of them, and then I couldn't figure out which one it was. So when I went and shot that like batch of 100 rounds, like I just kept an eye out for the one that didn't have like much of a charge to it, and just the fucking primer with no powder at all was able to take the bullet and throw it out of the 1.5 inch barrel or whatever it is. So yeah, it does not stovepipe, or failure to fire, or limp wrist. It won't go out of battery when pushed into something. Don't know why gun stores don't sell many revolvers. I agree, dude. And that's why I carry one, is because it's ultimately reliable. Do I think I might foresee a situation in which 5 rounds is not enough? Possibly. But, I mean, it's better than a sharp stick. And I'd rather have a 642 with 5 shots on me than nothing, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, the other gun that I used to carry was a Taurus PT 709 Slim. So it's a single stack 9mm. And that thing, I carried that thing till it fucking fell. I still have it, but it's falling apart. Like the front sight just spins around because it's not attached anymore. So I super glued it on there so it would stay. So it's got some super glue on the end. The blue. Okay, I had a lime wedge fall into my pocket where the fucking gun was and sit against the fucking slide for like a couple hours.
Oh shit!
And it ate away the fucking bluing. I tried to re-blue it, but it didn't really take very well, and you can kind of still see it. It kind of sucks. I don't know, like that gun's fine, and it was pretty reliable or whatever. Like I never really had a problem with it, but the 642 is lighter. It's not like I carried extra mags with me either for the 709, which would be the other advantage of a semi-auto is the reload, because you got 7 shots of 9mm, and you can pop another magazine in there. But carrying around another magazine when you're pocket carrying kind of defeats the purpose of the pocket carry, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta find me a holster for my Taurus 85.
Get a 1791.
I was just looking to say I was looking at the 1791s the other day.
They're pretty nice.
But I don't know if I want to go inside the waistband or outside the waistband.
Outside and wear a fucking baggy shirt. Inside the waistband, you got to buy new pants.
Not really, because the pants I have now, I actually got to go one day and buy some new ones because I've lost weight. Like
what model of Taurus is that?
85. Like my belt now, I technically need to punch in like 3 new holes in it because I've lost weight.
Like something like this.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, dude, they're pretty nice. And like the leather on these things is fucking thick. Like you can kind of see it right there. You can see how thick that fucking edge is.
Yeah, I like that one better. I like the darker leather. Don't care for black. Ooh, I
That one's
like that.
nice too.
That's nice. The two-tone. I think that. I don't know. I might have to go with that one or the other one.
How many inches is your barrel?
2, I think.
Here, hold it up again. Does that look like that would fit? Or does that seem kind of short to you?
I don't know.
Because it looks a little short to me. Not your barrel, but the holster for that barrel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me see that holster again. Yeah, it does kind of look like it might be a little too short.
Maybe? I can't tell. I don't know, man.
Huh. Only one way to find out, right?
Yeah, spend $60. Yep. I guess you could always fucking return it if it sucks. Ever So Numb says 642 or LCR. You're good with either one. I think the LCR is a little bit larger and a little bit. I think they weigh about the same though. Maybe a little bit lighter for the LCR, but the LCR is going to be a little bit more comfortable to shoot because you actually have a fuller size grip on it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's a trade-off. Like you can pocket carry either one of them. They're both small enough to pocket carry, but I think the LCR is a little bit larger, like not frame size, but just overall size.
I had to show my wife how to fucking hold a revolver and tell her when we go shooting, because she was holding it where her thumb was right by the cylinder.
Yeah, you're going like this.
Yeah, because I told her usually with semi-autos, that's what I do is the thumb over, against the slide. I said if we were to do that, it'd blow your fucking thumb off.
No, but it would hurt. Like you'd only do it one time before you fucking don't do that again.
Mm-hmm. But knowing my luck, since I'm Mr. fucking accident prone, I'd end up blowing my thumb off. Just my luck.
Jesus Christ. Free Friend says, if I had a dime for every time he cleared his throat, I'd have more dough than Trump.
True.
Scott Peterson says, I always tell my friends that my revolver doesn't fling evidence all over the place like their gun does. That's true too. That's another.
Yeah. You don't have to police your brass.
Yep. Plus, another benefit is for reloading again, because you've got all your brass. You just put it in your hand and put it in a bag or whatever, and you got it.
Mm-hmm.
I got a big ass bag of 38 Special to reload whenever I get around to it.
Yeah, I would like to get into the whole reloading game, but fucking hell, that shit isn't cheap at all. But it would be a great fucking prep item because, and shit hit the fan scenario, you can just be cranking out fucking ammo and use it as currency. Oh, I need a chicken today. Here's some ammo. Give me a chicken. You know
Blue Ball says, what materials good for EDC, brother? I like leather or just like linen or whatever it is, just that like regular material.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Kydex. Not a fan of Kydex. Kydex can damage the EDC. That's true. Most pockets fit your 642. Yes. Like honestly, like any pocket will. I can wear gym shorts and carry a 642. I wouldn't carry it in the gym because it might fall out when you're doing like your set and then a fucking gun falls out on the ground and you get kicked out of the gym forever. But yeah, you can pocket carry and I have before in gym shorts. Like I'm wearing gym shorts right now. I was pocket carrying earlier today when I went to the store.
Yeah, that would be great to put in your like cargo pocket on your shorts.
Blue Ball says, you sound like Seth Rogen. The other dude sounds like Beavis and Butthead. I don't know if he's talking about you or what, or Xanatos.
I don't know. I've been called worse.
Blue Ball says, hello, gingerbeard dude with green hat and his fan on. Why he chose a revolver? ? Usually old farts like Yankee recommend revolvers, but he seems young. Why'd you choose a revolver?
I've grew up with revolvers. I love them, and It's just something I've been on the hunt for a while, and I couldn't pass it up for $250.
And I have an equal amount of semi-autos and revolvers. I think I've got like 6 of each or something like that, maybe 7 of each. I can't remember. But I mean, when 2 of them are Rough Riders, like that doesn't really count as much because these things are cheap.
Right. You can pick them up right now, less than 100.
Yeah. If you don't have a Rough Rider, get a Rough Rider. They're fucking worth every penny.
My wife wants to get that one for me that has a spider on the grip just to fuck with me.
Just don't fan the hammer. Why, you don't like spiders?
Fuck no. Asshole. But I'm not that young. Shit, I'm almost 40, so.
Dude, I'll be 41 in less than a week here. In 5 days. 5 days!
You boomer.
No, but I am technically Gen X.
I know.
I'm the last of the Gen X, the last of a generation.
Well, they keep fucking changing it.
Yeah, it depends on where you look. Yeah, that's true.
Because, some places you look, it's fucking, 65 to 85 or something like that? And then it's like, it cuts off at 81, so who the fuck knows?
Peter North says, Yankee Marshall says appendix carry is bad because you can blow your giblets off. Blow off your giblets. He probably shot his off. Wait, he probably has shot his off before. Minute Maid Lemonade should sponsor him.
Well, I appendix carry a lot, so you can shoot yourself when you're carrying on your hip. I've seen it done, so it's just up to you if you're willing to risk it or not.
I have never shot a gun by accident that was in a holster.
Nor have I.
So I think if you have a good holster for your appendix carry, the problem is like reholstering and holstering it. So like if you like actually use it for something and then you put it back in and you have your finger in the fucking trigger guard and then like the fucking holster makes you pull the trigger as you're putting it in. You know what I mean? I could see that. And in which case you are pointed directly at the family jewels.
Or your femoral artery. I keep seeing a bunch of new people out there. I think it might be one person just changing their fucking name.
Pat Wright says, if you had a hidden gun shelf next to your front door, what gun would you choose? 300 BO 5.56 pistol or a Shockwave? I'd go with the Shockwave, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing says fuck you like a shotgun.
Plus, you get more spread if you use double aught buck or you get more going down range than just 1.556 or 300 blackout.
I prefer number 4 buck because you get even more spread than the double aught.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, living in an apartment, you're not going to murder your neighbor by accident.
Right. But I was just using that as an example, though.
Double aught buck, you might murder your neighbor by accident.
Maybe. That's why I don't live in an apartment. I live in a house.
Lawfully Armed says, have you seen all the mods for Leathermans or Swiss Army knives on YouTube? Knives are for pussies.
Until you need one, and then you're like, fuck, where's my knife? I should have a knife. Why don't I carry
Everywhere I go, there's a knife, dude. Literally everywhere I go. Look, knife. There's one in my car. I keep one in my car. I just don't carry knives. If I'm at work, there's a knife. If I'm in my car, there's a knife. If I'm at home, there's a knife. I don't need to carry a knife. If I was going camping, then I would bring a knife. That makes sense to me.
Well, see, I started carrying a pocket knife when I was 13 because I was coming home from work with a buddy and we were in a car accident and I couldn't get the fucking seatbelt to unhinge, unclick. And I was stuck in the fucking cab, started filling up with smoke, and I was fucking slowly choking to death. and finally I got it to break free and just fell out of the car like jello. So I carried a knife. Been carrying one ever since in case I've got a seatbelt.
Yeah, and I've got a knife in my center console of my car with a seatbelt cutter on it. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong.
It's okay to be wrong.
With a knife.
What's that?
I said it's smart to have a knife everywhere you go. Honestly,
It is.
so you never know.
Yeah, but there's already a knife everywhere I go.
You know what I say to your number 4 buckshot? I run number 2 steel on mine because fuck you.
What if you loaded your fucking shockwave with dragon's breath and a bump in the night comes banging in your door?
It's not just fuck that guy; it's fuck the whole fucking house. At that point.
Yeah, that's how you burn the apartment complex down.
But would
Like,
that
fuck
make
you
a
and my
difference?
neighbors? What do you say, Corey?
What would that actually make a difference legality wise?
It'd probably be considered arson, I would assume. You probably get away with the defensive matter, but then you lit the fucking apartment complex on fire. So yeah.
Could you imagine seeing that? You know, someone
God.
breaking in somewhere and then someone just blasting with dragon's breath.
Dude, if it all hit that person, that dude's fucked. Period.
For sure.
I don't think that you'd want to go to court for a self-defense case whilst using dragon breath. I think they might use that against you.
Just say, I thought it was loaded with number 4 buck.
I forgot that I had it loaded up and I went shooting the day before and
Still
I
had
thought
some
I
dragon's
switched
breath
it
in there.
one lonely dragon's breath got left behind.
Yep.
I named it Drogon.
Forest! Bah! New study shows antibodies. Wait, hold on. New study adds to body of literature linking HPV vaccine and autoimmunity, showing HPV vaccinated girls and young women experience long-term Gardasil complications, exhibit not just symptoms but specific biological markers consistent with autoimmune conditions.
Jesus.
Hey, what do you know? The fucking pharmaceutical companies are giving you poison again.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that? I forget if it was like an interview or like a forum where Bill Gates was speaking. And he's talking about getting the world like to a point where it's producing less carbon and using less resources and shit like that.
Yeah.
And he goes into how if we do a really good job with getting everyone vaccinated, that's going to reduce the population. Like, what? The fuck are you talking about, bro? If everyone gets vaccinated and the vaccinations work how they're supposed to work, then wouldn't that increase the population? Because there'd be less people dying of shit?
That would be common sense, which doesn't exist, though.
And everyone's just like, oh, you're so smart, Bill Gates. I can't question a fucking thing you say. I'll suck your dick later. Your little puny fucking micro dick.
Right? I love you, Bill Gates, but I also have an Apple MacBook.
But he has been talking for many years about depopulation.
Mm-hmm. They all are, dude.
Yep.
I mean, they've been talking about that shit for 100 years. Look at the Georgia Guidestones. And, like, going back to Margaret Sanger and fucking, what's that guy's name from Britain? Who was like, you should go in front of a panel every year and show the panel why you should continue to exist. Like, prove your worth to us so that we don't euthanize you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you hear about that Paralympian in Canada? She was complaining about.
Oh, that story's coming up. We got that story pulled up, sir.
All right, I'll stop then.
Don't E-Honda me when I'm never enough ammo. I do that to him all the time, dude. I do that to him all the time. I feel bad.
Yeah.
Bjorn dropped in $2 and said, "See you later, Honda. See you, Bjorn.
Later,
Jorn.
Bjorn.
Later, Bjorn.
Bajor.
He's probably getting ready. His girlfriend's coming to town soon.
Oh shit! All the way from Japan.
Yeah.
Is he flying her in?
I don't know.
Did he have to sell one of those fucking German guns to pay for it? They don't call it Microsoft for no reason.
Damn.
Oh, Jesus. Hold on. I got something for that.
These nuts. Got him.
That never gets old.
So, as you guys know, or as many of you know, I fucking hate Chris Wallace. I think he's a piece of shit. I think he's working for the deep state. I think that he's paid off. He's probably been to Epstein Island. He's probably got like fucking all kinds of like child porn on his computer and bullshit or something like that. You guys remember this though? Oh, let me do the thing where you can hear it.
Mayor of Moscow's wife gave your son $3.5 million. What did he do to deserve it? What did he do with Marissa to deserve $183,000?
Question and an answer.
None of that is true. Oh, really? He didn't get $3.5 million?
Mr. President,
Totally,
President, please.
totally discredited. Totally discredited. And by the way, he didn't get $3.5 million yet?
Mr. Vice
He got $3.5 million. That is not true.
Mr. President. Mr. President.
It's an open discussion, please.
No, it's a fact.
Well,
There's
you
no
have raised an issue, let the Vice President answer.
discredited.
Did Marissa pay $183,000 a month with no experience in energy?
Mr. President,
My son did nothing wrong at Barista.
I think he did.
Mr.
The only guy
President,
that
let
did
him
something-
answer.
See, that whole debate, it wasn't Joe Biden versus Trump. It was Joe Biden and Chris Wallace versus Trump.
It was bullshit.
And when the whole Biden laptop thing came up, they were like, blah, 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 and they shut him down for that too. And guess what? Like, that whole fucking thing has been proven correct. That whole thing has come out as Twitter, Facebook, other fucking social media sites were contacted by the FBI a month before the election to preempt the story so that they couldn't fucking get it out and take anyone down who posted it on their Facebook or posted it on their Twitter or made a YouTube video. There was a point where if you made a YouTube video about that particular subject, you would get a strike for it.
Yep. And now I don't know if you have it on one of your stories or not, but Elon's.
God damn it! Yes, I do.
Sorry,
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I'll let you get to it then.
What's this one? I forget what this even was.
We are determined to use American power to defend our great democracy.
Not a democracy.
In the arc of history towards liberty. And I am confident that America is up for the great competitions ahead.
So wait, they're going to use the power of the federal government to go after people who are opposing democracy in this country? That's a little weird. I don't know. We suspect this story is disinformation because 16 is too young to purchase a firearm. That would mean Democrat gun control laws don't work. 16-year-old boy arrested in parking lot shootout with Aurora police. That's weird. On a personal note, I see an opportunity to raise awareness about substance abuse and addiction. Your episode with Hunter Biden was exceptional. Okay, so this is Kyle Clark. This is another person who's in the media that I have a huge fucking problem with. Most people probably don't know who he is. He is a local to Colorado news reporter for 9 News who has blocked me on Twitter because I fucking trolled him so hard. Who is basically like the leftist, like he fucking supports any leftist thing that goes on and like shuts down anyone who has any fucking argument against it. He probably has more people blocked on Twitter than Joe Biden. And he's talking about how he didn't know anything about the Hunter Biden story and that, you know, it's exceptional reporting that they're illuminating it and bringing it to light that, you know, oh, thank you for doing this story. Like, fuck you, dude. You knew all about this shit and you were told to shut up about it and you did exactly what you were fucking told to do. Fucking cuck-ass bitch. IP Freely says, what do you guys recommend for someone who never owned a CCW? I would say LCR, LCP, 642, or single stack 9 of some kind? What do you guys think?
LCP2 is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like a double stack 380.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's the LCP Max is the one you're talking about.
That's it. Yeah, the LCP Max. Yeah.
The LCP2 is just the LCP with a better trigger.
Right.
But any version of LCP, you're good. I mean, 380 is not the most powerful round, but again, dude, it's better than a fucking sharp stick. You get 7 shots of 380. Like,
I wouldn't want to get shot by it. I'll tell you that
me either.
much. Fuck that.
And it wouldn't bounce off your skull.
Fuck no, it won't.
Oh, here's your story. Disabled Canadian Army veteran Paralympian blasts government for offering to euthanize her when she complained about how long it was taking to install stair lift at her home.
What the fuck?
So Canada's going full fucking Diddy Mao on bitches. You know what I mean? Like, you got a problem? Oh, we can just kill you. And like, I've got it's further down in the story list, but there's the advertisement for euthanasia that they're published, that they have commercials for in Canada now. We can watch that in a minute here. Yeah. Do you have anything to add to that story there, Corey? Because you were talking about it a minute ago. Now you're muted. And there is no Corey. Old lady gets arrested over $77 while Sam Bankman-Fried walks free. Police arrest elderly Alabama woman over unpaid $77 trash bill. That's fucked up. It's fucked up that you're getting arrested for a $77 trash bill. Like, why would you get arrested for that? There's got to be more to this story, I would assume. But still, ultimately, what do all laws come down to?
Control.
A guy with a gun enforcing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, you don't pay your parking ticket. Fine. It's just a parking ticket. No big deal. Well, then they're going to add to it, and they're going to do stuff, and they're going to send you letters, and they're going to ask you nicely. And then someday you get pulled over for doing something else, and they say, oh, you've got unpaid parking tickets. And if you say, fuck you, they're going to pull you out of the car. And if you say, fuck you still, they're going to fucking put a gun to you. And if you, like, do the wrong thing, they're going to shoot your ass over a fucking unpaid parking ticket.
Breonna Taylor. Wasn't that who that was? Pulled her over for some unpaid parking tickets or some shit. She ended up dying in the jail or some shit like that.
No, that was I think her name was Chandra. Breonna Taylor was the girl who was shot in her house. Her boyfriend fired the cops first.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Fun fact, Duncan Lemp died the day before that, and nobody ever talked about him because it all became about her ass after that. He was murdered in a federal red flag law in Maryland.
What was the guy's name who was in the hotel room and they were like playing around with a air gun or something like that? And then the cop like was like, get down on the ground. Now crawl towards me. Now put your hands behind your back while you crawl. And he was like, didn't know what to do. And then his pants were falling off. So he pulled up his fucking pants and he got fucking blasted with an AR-15 like 5 times. You remember that one?
Yeah. I think the cop actually got tried with something in that.
He should have, dude, because it was fucked up. He executed that guy.
Yeah, he did.
Like, stay away from the police. That's all I know. If they knock on your door, don't answer it. They want to fucking talk to you. Don't fucking, don't say a fucking word to them unless you're legally obligated to because you were like speeding and they're asking for your ID. Here's my ID. Proof of insurance. Here's proof of insurance. Do you know what you did wrong? Don't answer. You don't have to fucking say shit to them. Fuck the police.
Just sign that bullshit when they give it to you so you can go fight it in court.
Exactly. Could this utter rag be any more... What is this word? Mendacious? What is this word? Mendacious. I gotta look that up.
Mendacious?
Fucking goddamn Dr. Jordan Peterson using big words that I don't know. Not telling the truth or lying. mendacious. Are we really in surreal times? We're really in surreal times. Former employees react to Elon Musk's Twitter files as a snooze fest because they all know that they're complicit in fucking overturning an election. There was that study, that the poll that came out that asked Democrats who voted for Joe Biden if they had known about the Hunter Biden laptop story, would they have still voted for Joe Biden? And it was something like 15% of them said no. 15% of those people didn't vote for Joe Biden. You know who didn't get elected?
Trump.
Well, who didn't get elected would have been Joe Biden. Who would have got elected was Trump. Yes.
Oh, I get it now.
Streaks inside. We got a lot of new people tonight. I like it. Flashlight or red dot or fiber optic or laser on carry. I usually have nothing for a carry because I pocket carry, so I don't want as little shit on there as possible. But for home defense, I go with a flashlight. Because nothing says fuck you like you can't see.
I like L8Night flashlights. I've had them for many years now.
I'm a Streamlight guy.
I don't even know what this is. It says it's so tiny. Look how tiny that is. I can't read that.
First one I ever bought was actually something from Walmart. I don't remember the name of it.
So here's that other story you were talking about, Corey.
I'd fucking get the 10 mil out and shoot that little fucking thing.
Yeah,
I'd punt him, dude. I'd fucking take that motherfucker and like.
I'd put his head on the ground and curb stomp him.
Yep. But she did a good job. That's a good mom right there.
Hell yeah.
Did you say it was rabid?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know if it was or wasn't.
Well, it attacked a little girl for no apparent reason because she's just like, look at that, dude. Just came up and started biting her fucking ankle.
Well,
that's why kids should be allowed to carry 22, so they can blast these little fucking things, dude.
Especially if you're in the country.
Yeah. Give them.
It doesn't look like they're in the country. Like neighbors right here with a fucking trash, whatchamacallit thing.
A little fucking Ruger, what do you call them? The little 22. It's like the LCP.
Oh, the 43X.
No, it's a Ruger. It's a 22. It's like the LCP, but it's in 22. It holds 10 rounds. 22.
You see this story, Corey? Corey?
Yes, that fucking. I got the message early this morning. That's fucking terrible.
FedEx driver fucking abducted her. 7-year-old Texas girl has been found dead 2 days after being reported missing, and a FedEx delivery driver arrested in her death, authorities said.
Yeah, that happened only like an hour and a half or so from me.
It's fucked up, dude.
It is. And the police say that most likely she was dead within the first hour or so of being abducted.
What a piece of shit. Like, there shouldn't even be a trial for that. You know, like, if there's sufficient evidence where, like, this guy's going to get convicted, they should just take a fucking brick and smash his fucking head in. Be done with it. Like, any pedophile, any child molester, any child rapist, any child murderer, just do to them what happened to the kid.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you got fucked to death. Guess what? We're going to fuck you to death with the knife penis from fucking 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I said once they're convicted, give them like a couple weeks or so for an appeal because by law, they have to be able to appeal. But after that's done, if they've been sentenced to death, fucking kill them. Even if they didn't get sentenced to death, People like that don't deserve to breathe.
I'm like, torture him the whole way. Like, you don't get a last meal. You get a pile of sawdust and a fucking glass of like shit water. If you want to drink it, here you go. If you're hungry, here's some sawdust. Fuck
Now,
off.
I didn't hear because I saw, like I said, I saw the news hearing this morning. But I don't know if there was anything done to the girl other than she was killed. I don't know if any other evidence has come to light, if he, went beyond just killing her. So I don't know.
Well, let's click on the story.
Trying to say it without saying it because of YouTube.
Paradise, Texas. A 7-year-old Texan girl was found dead 2 days after being reported missing. FedEx delivery driver arrested. The body of Athena Strand was found Friday in the Tanner Lynn Horner, 31, was arrested for the kidnapping, murder charges, and confessing to killing the girl, telling authorities where to find the body, according to Wise County Sheriff. Horner remained jailed Saturday on a $1.5 million jail bond, did not list an attorney who could speak on his behalf. Atkins said during a late Friday news conference that a tip led authorities to Horner, who the sheriff said had made a delivery to the girl's home shortly before the disappearance.
Mm-hmm.
Horner did not know the girl's family, according to Atkins, who declined to discuss a motive for the crime. We really can't get into the content of the confession, but I will say we have a confession. The girl's stepmother reported her missing on Wednesday morning from the family's home near Paradise in the northwest outskirts of Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area. Her body was found near the town of Boyd, about 6 miles away, northeast of Paradise, a town of about 475 people. James Dwyer, acting special agent in charge of the FBI Dallas field office, said FedEx cooperated with the investigation. FedEx said in a statement that it is working with law enforcement agencies investigating the case. Our thoughts are with the family, but yeah, it doesn't say why or what happened.
Yeah. Randy Butternut says 45-70 to the dick. Fuck that. You want more pain. 45-70 to the pelvic girdle.
How about birdshot from 50 yards to the dick repeatedly?
Yeah, turn them into hamburger meat.
Eventually.
But you know what happens if you get shot right in the pelvic girdle, right?
You get peppered nastily.
You're done. You won't be able to fucking walk or move.
I don't even know what a pelvic girdle is. That's a new word to me.
Basically, if you you know how your
I can imagine what it is. It's fine.
It's just basically the middle of your pelvis. If you get shot there, it breaks in half and just shatters. They just call it the pelvic girdle.
Isn't that where Rittenhouse shot Rosenbaum?
Oof.
Maybe. I don't remember.
Police said 2 children and a man were found dead in Fort Collins home in a presumed murder-suicide. That's number 1. Number 2, 54-year-old man and his 5-year-old daughter were found dead in Elizabeth Park on Thursday in apparent murder-suicide. What is going on with this shit, dude? Like, it's one thing to, like, kill yourself. You got to take the kid with you.
Right. Special place in hell for that kind of person.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I hope the fucking devil's having a good old time with a pine cone in your ass right now.
But if it's
a lot
you,
worse
like,
than a pine cone.
Yeah, giant fucking pineapple like Hitler and Little Nicky.
Shit.
But I'd be questioning, really, was it murder-suicide or was it someone that made it look like it?
That could be too,
What do they know about Hillary Clinton?
Did you see that meme on Discord where she was calling the suicide hotline to place an order?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, I like this. Here's a pistol brace for your power tool. It adds pressure, control, stability, and comfort while you're drilling holes.
Hey, sometimes that's fucking needed.
Yep.
I'm not even gonna lie. I
Can
could
confirm.
use. There's been several times where something like that I could have used.
I just have all the guns near me, don't I?
Your electric screw gun.
Oh, I got this bad boy too. This is probably one of my favorite guns right here.
9mm AR.
That what is it? The AV9 or something like that? Or
ARV.
ARV. There you go.
The Scorpion mags, and an Echo trigger, and a Romeo, and some flip sides. That's all you need right there. Just take care of a raccoon like nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of all the coons. I mean the raccoons. Sorry, that it was funny in my head. All right, Epoch Times, good quote. You can vote your way into communism, but eventually your grandkids will have to shoot their way out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's only if they have guns.
I get a lot of fucking commercial, whatever you want to call them, ads for the Epic Times. Like constantly. I thought about checking them out, like subscribing to them, but I'm like, yeah, fuck it.
Aren't they based out of Hong Kong? And it's the Epoch Times.
No, it's Epic. That's how they pronounce it.
Epoch.
Tomato.
Biddles. Oh, this is funny. Who had Kanye endorsing Hitler for December?
That was a weird fucking movie. Funny.
Oh, this is great, dude. So they're doing like a jiu-jitsu match,
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this guy brought his dog. The dog's like, no, leave my master alone. Leave him alone. He's my master.
That's funny.
That's a good dog right there, man. I mean, it didn't bite the guy's face off,
Mm-hmm. He's laughing. I come save you, human.
My human.
That's awesome. Let me guess, China.
They don't know what to do.
What is it, that drunken kung fu or whatever it's called?
I think that's just kung fu. I don't even think that was drunken boxer style. It's got to be more like, like if that, drunken monk maybe.
Drunken
I don't
monk. Oh god.
Have you guys heard this song before? This is great.
So here it is. The paradigm of absolute control. That's why we're out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry.
I've had enough of these people.
They're a bunch of Christian murder scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive, selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these stones. They literally crawl out from under us. They're green and the skin, and they run around screaming, "We love Satan, we want to eat babies." I have them on video. Here is in the creepy, weird, sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy, weird woman whose mother wears her foot over her head. That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells then. I told her Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. In a room, vampire pop and the goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice, and it's out rising up against us. Millions of burning people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and every police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're so sweet.
There you go.
People have too much time on their hands.
What's great about that is those are all words that he said. They just kind of like made it into they cut it all together or whatever, made it into a song. But
I know it was great though.
100%, dude. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Siskel and Ebert. Former elections manager who prosecutors say assisted in security breach of voting equipment in Mesa County has pleaded guilty under a plea agreement that requires her to testify against her former boss, Tina Peters. There you go. Election fortification going on.
Oh wait, but that's not true though, right? Like
they're just fortifying it,
Yeah.
Not saying
they're
anything.
not fucking hiding it anymore. It's just Jesus.
Well, they all look like this too. Like, tell those kids to get off their skateboards on the sidewalk. Like, where are they supposed to skateboard, you fucking dumb bitch? Fuck you.
Right. Fucking fat Godzilla looking Karen.
Okay. I don't know.
Dude.
I don't know. Oh, good. Okay, I don't know when this is from. I think it's from a award show, obviously. But this is the greatest moment in all of television, right here.
I love that. I've seen it multiple times. It never gets old.
Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show. A superb drama, yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and fuck off. Okay? So, it's already 3 hours.
Look at his face. You're supposed to be a comedian. Fuck you.
Long. Right, let's do the first award. The first award.
Yeah, I think after that one, they came out and said they'll never ask Ricky Gervais to do anything again.
Yeah, because they're all so sensitive, dude. Everyone's so fucking sensitive all the goddamn time. Like, shut the fuck up.
That was fucking great, though. I love it.
Here's the Chinese police arresting this guy for COVID reasons, apparently. This is fucked up. I wish I understood Chinese, or there were subtitles.
Right. Do they carry?
The police in China? I don't think they all do. I think they're like in England. There's only certain police that have guns. Most of them just have like tasers and pepper spray and shit and handcuffs.
What a little bitch! I'd fucking whoop their ass.
Well, he hit him with a blunt object in the head right there.
Oh, I thought he just smacked him with like, his fist or a palm. surprised they don't fucking kick the kid across the room. Evil pieces of shit.
Yeah, the kid just wants to help his dad. Fucked up, dude.
That's beyond fucked up and sad, man.
I don't know, you start fucking with my kids, I start going fucking Hulk mode. Just pissed off, and you're not stopping me. I don't care.
Yep. Like, remember
Yeah,
that one
put them
video
down.
that came out of Australia where they were separating the dad from his daughter? I'd have lost my shit.
Yeah, you'd have to fucking put me down to stop me. Daniel says, "Squint your eyes, then all understand." Nope, didn't work. Bye-bye, legacy media. CNN starts layoffs on workforce as parent company undergoes cost-cutting deadline. It's funny how like all of these different media companies and social media companies are laying people off and no one says a word about it. But fucking Elon Musk fires a bunch of people and they're like, "Oh my god, he
Yep.
And it's like, I use Twitter constantly, dude. I use Twitter almost every fucking day. I'm on it fucking retweeting or commenting to somebody or doing something on Twitter. I have noticed absolutely zero difference in the quality of service other than there's more people on there that I would like to follow.
Right.
Like, there's been no degradation of anything. It's not like the tweet takes longer to show up or refreshing the page takes longer or like anything's different at all. Like, they fired a whole, like 3,500 people or something like that?
Yeah.
Zero difference. Like, all of those people's jobs were worthless. All of those people's job was to censor you and me when we talk about something that the state doesn't like.
Yep. Well, you heard that Apple and Android are talking about taking Twitter off their app stores. And Elon said if that happens, he's just going to create his own phone. I think he needs to do it regardless.
Supposedly, Elon met with the CEO of Apple, and that's no longer going to happen. So we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll see. But all I can say about the whole CNN thing is don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you.
Right. Daniel says, I'm working on that Kriegler thing. That'd be cool, man. Get me on Kriegler. I'd like to talk to Adam Kriegler. I'd like to fucking talk to him about Lydia's whore ass. I never liked Lydia. She always made dumb points. All right, again in China, we have the stormtroopers. Or they look like other people in white hoods. It's a good thing we got the fucking Second Amendment in America.
Amen.
Because don't you think they'd be doing shit like this if they didn't?
Oh, hell yeah, hands down. They would have started that day one, most likely, if we didn't have 2A.
I mean, you start marching down the street in a big fucking brigade like this, heading to my apartment with my kids in here and fucking, like, going to take me off to a camp. I'm not going to say what I would do. Because I literally can't. On the internet.
Right. Chances are to make headlines.
Oh, did Xanatos drop out?
Yeah, he said he was going to bed.
Pussy. You got to make the early bird special in the morning. Fucking grandpa. Oh, here you go. Here's a meme about it. Chinese-style totalitarian state. American gun owners. That's it right there. This fucking illustrates it.
Yep.
We are the dam holding back the water that would flood the fucking country with bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because we got cool things like this at arm's reach at all times, at least while I'm at home. If you guys don't have an Echo Trigger, get you an Echo Trigger. It's worth the money. It's worth it.
Yeah, but Jesus Christ, man, they need to come down on the price.
I'm telling you, it's worth it. How much does a machine gun cost?
Depends on which one you get and how old.
What is the cheapest machine gun you can buy?
10, 15 grand, maybe.
Yeah, 10 or 15 grand for the cheapest bullshit gun that you wouldn't want to use, or $400 for that. Just saying.
I know, but it's just hard for me to spend that kind of money on a trigger when, you know, that could go towards a new gun or something, or ammo, or food.
Daniel says wrong. You can put Mac 10s on AR uppers now. So yeah, you're right. But how much is a Mac 10 lower cost plus your $200 tax stamp?
Way too much.
Or $400 for the fucking Echo trigger. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Oh, Leo was here. Now he's gone. Yeah, 10K. So you could have fucking 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 25 fucking Echo triggers or one of those. Fastest housing slowdown on record. Cumulative change in existing single-family home sales during Fed hike cycles. So these are the different Fed hike cycles that have happened in the past. 1977, 83, 94, 99, 2004, 15, and 22. Look at the drop in single-family home sales in 2022. We're down 24%. You will own nothing, and you will be happy. Yeah, but the Mac 10 is going to gain in value. Echo Trigger is not going to. It's going to get you on a list. Fine. Effectively, though, look at this guy aiming. He's got the Schwarzenegger aim. Model R6000. I never heard of the Model R6000. I guess that's the original civilian Colt. I thought they were called the, what the fuck is it called? I forget.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's, where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So, individual carbon footprint tracker. Stay tuned. We don't have it operational yet, but this is something that we're working on.
Yeah, you combine that with a cashless society with the new Fed coin that they've decided to, I don't know, trial or whatever you want to call it. They're bringing out the Fed coin.
Yeah, didn't they start that in New York?
There's a couple different banks who did it. I don't know where. But if you buy into it and everyone buys into it and they get rid of cash and you don't have cash anymore, well, what do you do now? Oh, well, we've got this, carbon tracker. And notice what he said. It wasn't just where you travel, how you travel, what you consume, what you eat. It was also...
What does that mean? That's, where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform?
What are they consuming on the platform? Meaning, what are you talking about? What are you tweeting about? What are you doing on Facebook that's against what we want you to talk about? I guess that counts against your carbon footprint. You add too much to your carbon footprint, we turn off your fucking chip. We turn off your fucking card. It doesn't work anymore. You go to the grocery store, you want to buy a steak? Sorry, I guess you can buy some grasshoppers or something. We make some grasshopper steak. Did you see that video, dude? Yep. The guy fucking taking the grasshoppers and putting them in a blender and adding fucking oil and frying them up on a frying pan and then making a fucking grasshopper burger. I will never eat that shit.
They are selling edible crickets at the grocery store that's next to my job.
Really?
I'm going to buy one.
Dude, take a picture of it. Fucking send that shit to me.
Right. Right. It's $5 a pack of crickets.
How many crickets are we talking? Like, how much crickets?
Did it have a number count? It didn't have a number count. It was just just like a pack of crickets in it.
Like a pound of crickets? Ugh.
Not a pound. It's like Maybe the same size as a bag of sunflower seeds. True, like a bag of David sunflower seeds.
See, that shit doesn't even make any sense because a pound of fucking hamburger meat's less than $5.
Right.
You remember that video we watched a while back where they made the fucking cricket butter?
Oh, it was what was it? Mealworm butter.
Oh, yeah, it was mealworm butter. That's right.
Yeah, because the mealworms have a high fat content, so they got to extract the fat and then melt it down and then repurpose it like margarine. Yeah, it's gross, dude. Absolutely fucking gross.
I'll buy one and eat it on air.
Are you Illuminati?
I just try something at least once. You know me.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Are you in the Illuminati, Leo?
Maybe.
Clyde says crickets are free in my backyard. Tell the black dude to get away from my backyard or give me $5.
All right, man.
Sorry, Leo.
Yeah, but these crickets come flavored and seasoned. There was 2 different flavors. So if your crickets are automatically seasoned, then I'll give you the $5.
Daniel says they're trying to Fed coins. One is called Central Bank Digital Currency, CBDC. The other is called Federal Auxiliary Government Coin, FAG coin. Oh, Dead Horse is here. Dead Horse, I sent you a link. Get in here, man. 70% of the world eats insects. It's more common than uncommon. Just in America, it's weird. It's common staple for the world, and not just third world either. Lots of places, it's a delicacy. I don't care if that shit tastes like pumpkin pie. I'm not putting those filthy motherfuckers in my mouth.
Not even a shit hit the fan scenario, and that was the only thing you had to eat?
I mean, I'm quite sure they thoroughly wash them, so they're not that filthy.
I don't care, dude. They're bugs. I don't even eat shrimp or lobster or any of that fucking crustacean shit. Although, doctor says I've got high cholesterol and I need to do some things to bring it down because I eat too much burgers and meat and stuff. So I have to start taking krill oil, which is basically bug juice, in my opinion.
Krill, yeah, I used to take this shit out of that a long time ago. I just quit taking it because it's so fucking expensive.
Krill.
Yeah, I've got krill oil. Look at this. Red yeast rice, whatever the fuck that is.
Scrumdiddlyumptious.
And then, because I'm a vampire and I never go in the sun, vitamin D. So, as long as I do those things and I keep eating salads, I should be fine.
Dead Horse may not join the chat because earlier he was talking about turning into fucking ass blaster from Tremors. He had a bunch of like Frito pie beans, or I don't know. He had a bunch of beans and he's fucking regretting
it. Biden reverses Trump crackdown on child trafficking and sex offenders in the U.S. illegally. So if you come across the border illegally and you molested a child, Trump had this policy where they just like fucking kicked your ass out, put you on a list, and if they ever found you in the country again, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And Biden's like, no, come on, man. They're just, they just like the smell of children. I can understand that.
Did you hear about Texas sending a bunch of fucking, what was it, M113s or some shit, like 10 of them down to the border?
Yep.
Dude, I've been saying that shit for a while. You just put a bunch of rednecks on the borders with some echo triggers that fucking stop the fucking immigration problem instantly. Instantly. Because no one's going to fucking come across the border if you might get shot. If you do. There's a good chance you get fucking gunned down as soon as you fucking swim across the river. Ain't nobody swimming across the river. They're gonna go through the proper legal channels, which will limit the number of people to a manageable level. Like the demographics of the whole country have changed. And I'm not saying like, oh, we gotta protect white people. But I'm saying like, you're gonna fuck our country over. You're driving down the price of labor so that then, you know, like what you can get for your labor goes down and down and down because like the number of people who can do that labor goes up and up and up.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, like you're diluting the fucking voting pool because guess what? They get to vote in local elections. They get to vote illegally if they want to because there's no ramifications for you if you're already here illegally and you vote.
Yeah, that shit needs to fucking. Yeah, it should have never even happened. It needs to stop immediately.
Calhoun says, "Bo on the border, like beep beep beep, scanning for Mexicans." I don't know, man. I don't know. If you still don't get it, America is over. I've been saying this for a while, bro. Like the Titanic analogy, right? We've already hit that fucking the iceberg. That icy cold water is flowing into the ship. We are sinking. We are sinking fast. In a matter of time, if you're not on a lifeboat, you're going to be at the bottom of the ocean, figuratively. Dog the Bounty Hunter says, they should let Yankee Marshall protect the border. He will love wearing a flag and a colorful hat with propel on it. What the fuck is propel? Oh, a propeller on it. They can give him a helmet. Daniel says, what about if we made illegal immigrants a felony punishable by 1 year hard labor working on public works? Then we send your ass back. I'd be okay with that. It's like, oh, you came across. Guess what? You're helping us build this fence now. Oh, I'm done building the fence? Okay, here's this. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is the Canadian commercial for assisted suicide. The woman who is in this video does not even have a terminal disease. And she is the poster child for euthanasia in Canada. Enjoy.
Last breaths are sacred. When I imagine my final days, I see bubbles. I see the ocean. I see music. Even now, as I seek help to end my life, there is still so much beauty. You just have to be brave enough to see it.
There you go. Oh, you can't get your medication in time? We could just kill you. Oh, you don't like the pain that you're in right now? We'll just kill you, even if it's temporary. Hey, you're having troubles getting your fucking stair climber thing installed? Well, we could just kill you instead. I mean, that would be a lot quicker.
I saw that story earlier, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ. That Paralympian?
And now they've made it so that if you have mental illness, you're on the list too. Because it used to be like that was something Hitler did, right? So we can't do that. But they've just, Hitler Schmittler. It's all good. Pisses me off, dude. And like people like Yankee Marshall were like, well, there should be assisted suicide. Because you might do it wrong, and then we'll end up with a brain damaged person instead of a dead person. Yoo-hoo! The fuck is that? Your mail?
Sorry, that was my rocket that I've been building. I just test fired it.
Your pocket rocket?
No,
that was his. I'm about to say that was your assisted suicide machine.
No, it's my AC unit kicking on.
All right, do you guys like Andrew Tate at all? You know who that is?
Yep.
All right, listen to this and tell me what you think.
If it was done on purpose, which as we just deciphered it must have been, why are they doing this? And I don't think many people understand why a brand like Balenciaga would so openly show the world that they are trying to promote pedophilia.
Tell them.
I'll tell them that. So some could argue that they're trying to advertise it and encourage it. Normalize. And that is the case. That is what they're trying to do. But it actually goes a level deeper. Satanists, people who worship Satan, believe in karmic retribution. They believe that they can suffer the consequence of lying and tricking. So the very simple premise is this. If I sell poison apples and I write apples and you come and eat one, I poisoned you. But if I sell poison apples and I have a sign that says apples, they're poison, and you come and eat one, you committed suicide. I haven't murdered you, you've committed suicide.
That's what Satanists believe.
Satanists believe by telling you what they're doing, they don't have any karmic retribution. I'm not responsible for the concept. I'm not responsible for all the negative fallout from my actions if they understood what I was doing and allowed me to do it. This is why they show you and tell you what they're doing. If I show you and tell you that we are pedophiles and you continue to buy our products, then you're supporting pedophilia. And you're obviously okay with us being pedophiles. If I do it hidden behind your back, then you can argue and say, I didn't know they were pedophiles. But by showing you, I've shown you I'm a pedophile. You still want to wear my t-shirt. So obviously what I'm doing is okay. And this karmic retribution model and the way that Satanists view the world, and when I say Satanists, I genuinely mean people who worship real Satan. The people who are in charge of these brands and in charge of the Western world, in charge of the Matrix, genuinely worship Satan. When you understand the idea of karmic retribution, you can apply that to so many scenarios. They're doing this with everything. Karmic retribution isn't just about Balenciaga. Let's look at the recent scam of COVID. They made it very clear to you it was bullshit. They made it very clear that the virus is going to hurt you.
They made it clear that they didn't listen.
They
disobeyed the mask laws.
Yep, they made it very clear to you it was all stupid. So that when you still did it, they could say, well.
So that's part one. What do you guys think so far? Let me break it down. Are there Satanists in the United States?
Yes.
Yes.
Are many of these Satanists in positions of power?
Yes.
Positions of authority, heads of business, heads of state, that kind of thing.
Possible.
100%.
Well, certainly at Balenciaga. I didn't even know the fucking name Balenciaga until a couple of weeks ago.
Same.
And is this actually a tenet of Satanism? Is it that they have to tell you what they're doing before they do it? Otherwise, there's some karmic retribution that falls upon them in the afterlife. Yes, that's what they believe. Yes, 100%.
I was going to say, from my understanding of all of it, real quick, is that it's actually more like spell casting for them.
Well, it's what gives their spell power. Because if they don't tell you what they're doing, then they're tricking you, and the spell has no power.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, this shit's going on in front of our faces. In fact, in our faces. In spite of what anyone might think, or like these other people who are atheists or agnostic or don't believe in fucking any kind of spiritual anything, who just float through life like waiting to die, like the lights are going to turn off when it's done. And I don't believe that shit. I don't. And neither do they. And that's the main thing. It doesn't matter what I believe. It doesn't matter what you believe. This is what they believe. These are the things that they believe in, that they're perpetrating on the American people and the world right now, in our faces, in spite of any kind of protest that you or I might have. And they're going to continue to do it until someone puts their foot down and says stop. And it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be fun, because there's so many of them in positions of power, positions of authority, that are going to fucking come down on you like a fucking bag of rocks when you try to stop them. Satan has no problem with you doing what you're doing as long as it's within his plan. But the second that you fucking put your foot down and say no, that's when he comes after you.
We showed them it was dumb, but they did it anyway.
I'm going to drop a very subtle one in there. Probably you don't want me to mention. I'm going to mention it anyway. If there was a certain world leader who was playing a role right now, integral to, how can I exactly put this? There was a world leader right now who was playing the role of a hero when in fact he was a villain. Wouldn't it be funny if we publicly gave him an Oscar for playing a role,
for acting as something as he is.
Now, Google which world leaders have recently been handed Oscars in your face.
It's karmic. This is the whole point. They have to show you what they're doing so that when they're allowed to.
Who are they talking about? Zelensky. Zelensky got a fucking Emmy for his performance in promoting the Ukraine war.
Do it, that they can sit and say, well, they knew what we were doing and they didn't stop us. They were complicit.
Yes.
Complicity is what Satanists believe in. They don't want to outright lie to you and trick you. They have to tell you. This is why the Georgia Guidestones say we're going to reduce the world population. This is why they will say to you things like, listen to this. Imagine this for a second. Imagine you're at home and they say that COVID is dangerous. And then you watch the Black Lives Matter protests and they say that Black Lives Matter protests don't spread COVID because the cause is noble. And then after that, you still get the vaccine to protect yourself.
And still don't meet your friends and family or go to the funerals of your loved ones.
If you're that stupid, you deserve the consequences. But this is understand, please.
But they're right.
They're right.
They're right.
The Satanists believe if you're that stupid, you deserve the consequences of not seeing your family members, of not being able to run your business and losing your job, of potentially dying from the vaccine. They believe you deserve all of these consequences because they've made it very clear to you that the whole thing is bullshit, and you agreed with it anyway. Balenciaga is not accidentally, repeatedly trying to tell you that they're supporting pedophilia. They're telling you on purpose. They believe in their religion. There's no karmic reprehension for themselves. They're not going to face any consequence for their actions. And most people don't understand this. Once you understand how Satanists work and why they show you what they're trying to do, then the whole world makes a lot more sense. This Balenciaga thing is not just a messed up advertising campaign and stupid cookies and little hidden things. No, this is pedophiles telling you they're pedophiles. Genuinely in real time.
There you go. Let's go to the chat on this one. Dead Horse says, Satanists that believe in Satan. No. Well, first of all, there are different levels of Satanism, right? Some of them are the what's that one dude's name?
Anton LaVey.
Thank you. Anton LaVey version of Satanism, where it's about making choices for yourself. Like, what do I want to do? I forget what the tenet is, but it's like do as you will, basically, you know. And that's one version of Satan. But then there's another version that are into all kinds of fucked up shit that you will never hear about in the mainstream because it's the non-mainstream version of Satanism because it can't be mainstream because if people knew about it, they would put a stop to it. So they have to be underground, and they're the ones who actually believe in and worship Satan. So there are at least two different versions of Satanism. I think probably more than that. Satanists that go against Christian and Catholic beliefs and morals and want to tear it down and make that stronghold weaker, yes. And that's also true. I think there are certainly factions of Satanism that are antithetical to Christianity that would like to, nothing more than to pervert it or degrade it or get rid of it in any way that they possibly can and are actively doing so right now. We watched a couple of weeks ago, or maybe it was a month or two ago, the unbaptism tent where they were saying like Hail Satan and putting the fucking upside down cross on people's heads, you know, and that was like getting unbaptized. Like, yeah, dude, that's the mark of the beast. They're putting it on your forehead and on your hand. On your hand next. That's where you're gonna have your chips so that you can take care of your fucking carbon footprint and get on with the New World Order. I think that's another version of Satanism, right?
Just look at the Pope in the Vatican.
Yeah, he looks evil as fuck. He looks like he like smokes children.
Well, wasn't there a video just not too long ago of him at some Satanist bullshit or something? I can't remember.
Smoke saying, dude, Catholics are Satanism. The Vatican is a Luciferian liar. The Pope is a goddamn Antichrist. The Smoke said, or Daniel says, I think that's a completely separate thing than most Satanists. I don't know, man. I think the Smoke might have a point there. I'm not saying I don't know. Like, I don't know who's right on that one. I don't know who's right. My gut tells me stay the fuck away from that person and keep your kids away from him too. Brian Knight says Satanists have a temple in in the Midwest, and if you don't believe in anything, then why be a Satanist? Makes no sense. Well, that's the thing. They do believe in something. They believe in the opposite. They believe that Christianity's bad. They believe that their God is the true God, and that you're stupid for worshiping God or believing in Jesus or any of that stuff. And it's funny, dude. Like because like I was on these chats for a long time, and I was kind of quietly Christian, because I didn't. It's not really what I wanted the chats to be about, and I didn't want to be on Matt's chat being like Jesus this or Jesus that or anything like that. But the moment I was like public about being Christian, about believing in Jesus, that's when all of these fucking trolls and haters and pieces of shit came out of the woodworks coming to attack me. It's funny. It's funny how that works.
Yep.
Peter Griffin says, these two guys look like Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street. Dude on the right is showing way too much of his chest. Dude on the left is thinking when will this Muppet shut up?
I'm sorry, he's not cool holding that stupid ass cigar.
And I don't agree with Andrew Tate on everything. Believe me.
Oh, he was cool to me.
Like he's Muslim now. He converted to Muslim. And I don't agree with the Muslim religion at all. No. Like I think that they use that as a perversion of the Abrahamic religions. It's a religion based upon conquest and fucking subjugation of people. And I don't think that that's what God's plan is for anybody. You shouldn't be doing that shit. Peter Griffin also says, you boys will love the Devil's Advocate movie with Pacino and dude from Speed. Yankee Marshall would love Sesame Street or SpongeBob SquareNuts. I've seen that movie where the devil's getting a blowjob under the table. He's like, ha, 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 ha. Yeah, fucking Pacino.
The dude on the right looks like the Wish.com Pitbull.
Yeah.
A handcuffed suspect in the back of Denver police vehicle accessed a gun and shot officer in the neck while in the Sally Port of Denver Detention Center, according to Denver Police Chief Ron Thomas. Dude, how the fuck are you handcuffed in the back of a police vehicle and have access to a gun? Like, someone fucked up.
Well, he probably wedged around the fucking glass or the plexiglass and I don't know. Fucked up.
Dead Horse says he ain't no Muslim. He called converting to Muslim was to keep his numbers up and from being canceled. He would say or do anything to keep money flowing, and that might be true too. I've heard him talk about it though, and he seems like he chose that as a religion for reasons. Not like he just did it for, but I don't know. Like, I don't fucking know. I'm not inside his head. It could be for what you're saying right there. 100%.
I like Brian Knight's comment. If God baptized in water, Satanists should be baptized in fire. Problem solved.
Nice. I like that too. And Brian Payne says, Jesus carries a J frame. J is for Jesus. Calhoun says the Catholic Church has done a lot of evil and a decent amount of good. I don't have a problem with Catholics individually, but the religion is, I believe, just used for power. I agree with that. And I wasn't raised Catholic. My parents were Catholic. We never went to church when I was a kid. Like, my dad went to jail. My mom got sick with cancer. Church was just kind of like not a thing, right? And I've been to Catholic church a handful of times. And it just seems like some sort of ritual to me the whole fucking time. Like, stand up, sit down, repeat after me. Don't repeat after me. Say it with me. Why are you still sitting? You should be standing. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, dude. And they've got all these like religious symbols, and isn't religious symbolism like fucking idols for God against one of the commandments? And yet it's like a tenet of fucking Catholicism.
That and they're more for profit.
Paul Wall says Yankee Marshall's religion is money and his God is Trump. I think Yankee fucking hates Trump.
Right. I would say I don't think Trump is Yankees' God at all.
Well, he always votes like libertarian and shit. And it's like, well, yeah, you're never gonna win. I mean, not never, but
never. Yeah. Not never, but never.
But fuck the Republicans too, though. Honestly, like it's a two-party system, and they're both working for the same fucking side a lot of the time. Like, how many fucking Republican House members crossed the aisle and voted for the Gun Control Act?
Was it like 12 or 15?
It was 15.
Yeah.
Do any of us know any of their names or what districts they're from or anything like that?
Yes, Anthony Gonzalez, ex-OSU player who's a congressman until the end of the year, voted for that crap, and he also voted for that marriage equality garbage.
Yeah, so we got these rhino fucking Republicans who, I mean, you know it, but are basically in anonymity for their fucking going against the tenets of what Republicans are supposed to stand for. And we've got all these, like, low-T GOP motherfuckers in there in the first place. Like, you get the fucking House or the Senate or whatever. What do? What do they do? Nothing. Nothing for anybody. They just sit there and say, well, we reduce spending by 1%. Like, dude, you are part of the problem. Huge part of the problem. Because it's like controlled opposition, right? It's like, here, vote for these people because they're going to solve your problems, when in reality, all they're going to do is fucking continue the problems and make them worse. I mean, who voted for the... what was that called in 2001, 2002? The Patriot Act. The Patriot Act that was supposed to be used to stop terrorism in the United States so that they could spy on people and get to the terrorists and know who's who. Where has that been turned? Oh, it's been turned on us. It's been turned on the American people who might want to stand up to the government and say, like, hey, you've gone too far. Hey, you're spending too much. Hey, why are we involved in this war? Hey, why are you developing these weapons? Hey, why are you doing that? Like, dude, seriously, there's so many examples of what the Patriot Act is being used for today, right now, that the original intent was never for. But if you looked into it at the time, like, you would have known that. You would have known that the fucking low-T quote guy from Tim Pool was killing it. That's, Daniel, that's Jesse Kelly. Jesse Kelly's fucking great. He does conservative radio. I listen to him all the time. He's really good. He's actually really good. And he makes a good cheeseburger, too. He's got a cheeseburger recipe. You should look it up. I forget where I was going, though. God damn it.
Did it have crickets in it?
No, it doesn't. It has the brown chipotle, though. I don't know if that shit has crickets in it. Maybe.
Well, right now they're trying to re-up the Defense Authorization Act for the NDA and stuff like that.
They do that every year, don't they?
Usually. The thing was, I think it was Obama that was created. Was it Obama or was it Bush that created it? I can't remember. But that JCPA media cartel bill I talked about before, they were trying to shove that shit into it.
And remember when we had both House and Senate, and we still couldn't get the Hearing Protection Act and reciprocity? That still didn't go through. Did nothing happen with that?
Well, not only that, but they also, at that time, voted to continue the Defense Authorization Act and all the money that they're going to spend on shit and all the black funds that go into everything. And didn't the Pentagon just come out again saying, hey, we lost $2 trillion again? Sorry. Don't know what happened to that $2 trillion either, just like they did in 2001, right before 9/11, literally one day before 9/11, when they said, oh, we're missing $2.3 trillion, which was, at the time, roughly equivalent to the national debt, was how much the Pentagon had spent that they could not account for. And then 9/11 happened the next day and everyone forgot about it. In fact, a plane hit the part of the building where they had the numbers where they were looking into it, and then they just fucking stopped looking into it because it all got destroyed. Building 7, also backup for those files. Fell to the ground. Free fall speed. Nothing to see here, though, right?
Nope, nothing to see here.
Daniel says, we need him in the White House to fuck the commies up. Oh, yeah, Jesse Kelly. I agree, dude. He's ex-Marine, too, so I like him, dude. Jesse Kelly's badass. He should go back on Tim Pool's show again. I agree with that. I agree with all of that. Yep. What are you gonna do? Cannibal frat boy, 25, who randomly killed Florida couple and chewed man's face off, is found not guilty by reason of insanity. He will be sent to a mental hospital after murdering victims in their garage while believing he was chased by a demon. Probably was. Probably got a demon in his head. Dude needs an exorcism, not a fucking doctor. We got more Balenciaga stuff.
Very disturbing new photo surface of Kanye's 9-year-old daughter wearing a GIMP mask during Fashion Week with Kim Kardashian, and Balenciaga and Adidas top designer Loda Volkova holding what's supposed to be babies with her hands covered in blood, and taking a look at very disturbing pictures on her Instagram of a kid with their stomach cut and their internals spilling out, on top of some very satanic imagery. A kid tied up to a chair, and a baby holding a skull. I think at this point we're much past believing that Balenciaga didn't know what they were doing, or this was a one-time mistake. And remember Rick Owens' wife with the as above, so below Baphomet sign, standing with the Migos. Here she is with rapper A$AP Rocky, the same A$AP Rocky who had the seance going on in his What's Up video. And here she is with Kim Kardashian. There's some very ritualistic, satanic, sick stuff going on. Check this out.
So just when you thought the Balenciaga story couldn't get worse, here's a quote that was unearthed from Demna's Instagram. Demna is the creative director of Balenciaga. As someone wrote that Loda Volkova, she's a stylist there, Gosha, and I grew up on child pornography and radiation from Chernobyl, which is why we're all so hooked up. That's a direct quote from the creative director of Balenciaga. That guy Gosha that he refers to, this is a story about him from 2 years later. Gosha was accused of forcing or coercing a 16-year-old boy into sending him nude pictures.
Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them. In these dark times, look to God.
You got to stand up to this shit, man. And the first part of standing up to it is acknowledging its existence, is by saying these things are going on. These people do believe these things, and the next step, follows, right? Like if you acknowledge the things going on, then maybe you can stand up and do something about it. If you shed light on the fact that these things are going on, then maybe other people will wake up to the fact that it's happening. And then what comes next? Action. What comes next? Fucking people doing something about it. People putting a stop to it. People shutting this shit down. People getting these people out of positions of power. I mean, look at Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones is, in my opinion, a satanic organization that's put how many presidents in power?
Mm-hmm.
More than a couple.
Yeah.
And they all went through these satanic rites of rituals of initiation that get them into the club in the first place. And you could say, oh, that doesn't happen, Honda, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. Like, remain willfully ignorant to things that are happening in front of your face. And I guess we'll go down that road.
That movie that came out, I don't remember, was it late 90s, maybe early 2000s, had Paul Walker in it called Skulls. Is that about that same fucking Skull and Bones?
Yes.
You're talking about? That's what I thought.
I mean, there's...
Go ahead.
Good. No, you go.
And remember, both John Kerry and George Bush was both members of the Skull and Bones, right?
Yep, and that's where the "Don't Tase Me, Bro."
Right.
So
it didn't matter who made it to the White House; they still would have one of their members in the White House.
Yeah.
Well, how many of them go to the what's the name of that fucking the thing in the woods with the owl god?
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, the Bohemian Grove. That's a whole satanic ritual thing that they all go to too. That hundreds and hundreds of these people who are in positions of power, heads of state, heads of fucking business, like secretary of this or that, all show up wearing masks and go into the woods and worship Satan and fucking Satan-like things and like burn effigies of children to owl gods, and who knows what else goes on there, dude. First thing you got to do is acknowledge its existence. The first thing you got to do is realize what's going on, and then maybe if enough of us do that, maybe we can fight back against it. Maybe we can wake up enough people to realize like something needs to be done about it. But until you do, I guess we're just going to be in this country that's going to fucking hell, literally. Buck Hunter says, what does the black dude EDC? What do you EDC, Leo? I guess you're the black dude now.
What is it? There was a racist instructor who said blacks should lick chicken grease out their feet. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. I didn't read the rest of that.
Right.
I guess you don't have the answer.
Right. Well, the chicken grease is what we use for lube.
Yeah.
On the gun, right? That's the gun oil.
Oh.
Right, gun oil.
Gun oil. Goal. It's just goal. What do you EDC though?
Like, do I carry a? Oh shit! I don't even carry a flashlight or knife anymore, like I used to.
Yeah, knives are for pussies.
Right. So I'm not a 10 pair. I don't meet the qualifications.
You get a C if you have a gun.
Yeah. Gun holster, mag holster. That's about it. If I used to carry pepper spray, a light, the gun holster. Shit, I used to carry a bunch of shit around my belt.
What gun do you carry?
Depends on the season. You know, spring, summer, probably the M&Ps, the shield or the bodyguard. During the wintertime, mostly the SD.
SD9 VE?
Yep. The Canic, I take out sometimes.
Didn't you say you had some jams with your Canic?
Yeah. But, you know, it could have been... I only shot it once, so...
See, I put like 1,000+ rounds through this thing. And the worst thing I had was, I think it failed to lock back once.
Right. I mean, it could have been because, you know, I shot it just straight out the box. Could have been, you know, like the oil was dry. Probably probably like the magazine springs were probably too tight, too new. Who knows? I mean, but after a while, once I started shooting it, then it just worked fine after that. But it was like the first two magazines, I had some jam issues, but then after that, it worked fine. So I wouldn't know until I take it back shooting for the second time.
Daniel says, my EDC gun is a P38 or a PPK because I'm classy. Dude, if I was like wearing a fucking tuxedo, I would definitely have a PPK. 100%.
You ain't classy enough, Daniel, if you don't have a little suppressor on your PPK.
Look, James Yeager is dead, and he said F Canic NCZ. Well, you know, back in the day, we were doing a little election debate coverage stream, and James Yeager was doing one at the same exact time. And I had more people watching my stream than James Yeager had watching his. So
yeah.
And I say the Canic's great.
If I remember correctly, James Yeager was a fan of the Canic.
I think if they paid him enough, he would be. Dana says, honestly, I carry the P38 way more than the PPK. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. PPK is classy, though. It is. There's something about that the Walther PPK. It's just, I don't know. Too many James Bond movies, I guess, I've seen in my life.
Right. Daniel probably shoots with his pinky up in there.
Yeah. like this.
Yeah. The smoke said that Leo carries a bottle of Prego traditional.
It's funny. Prego's Italian for "you're welcome." I think that's a bit pretentious for a fucking bottle of fucking tomato sauce.
And I said no.
Yeah. James was a fan of the almighty dollar. That's 100% what I was saying.
Aren't we all?
I wish I had more of them. Look at this shit, dude. These are all electric scooters that they produced and didn't sell. Now they're just rotting away in a field.
Jesus.
Look how many there are, dude.
Fucking hell, it just keeps going. Damn.
Wow.
That's got to be like over 100,000. And each one of them has like a lithium-ion battery that some kid in Africa had to fucking mine with his bare hands. Like, is this green for the fucking planet? Hell no, it's not. Hell no, it's not. You'd be better off just building them all out of fucking, gas motors that you never put gas into, and it would be, way better.
Is this China?
I don't know. They got basketball courts. Do they have basketball courts in China?
Oh yeah, China big on basketball.
Okay.
What do y'all think about the LAPD fucking using robots to kill people if necessary?
Told you it's coming.
They already did that in Texas.
I've been telling you that shit's coming since I've been doing chats, dude. Fucking DARPA dogs.
Do you remember the guy that killed the cops during the BLM riots? I mean, that was a protest. Yeah, like BLM actual protest. And that guy started shooting and killed like 3 officers. And he was held up in like some type of parking garage. Then they sent the robot in.
It was right around when JFK was assassinated.
Yeah, that was in Dallas.
Yeah.
He killed what, like 5 or 6 cops, didn't he?
Yeah, he ambushed a bunch of police.
Yep,
and they used a robot to kill him.
No robot can take me out. I just need to know like what caliber and where to shoot the robot. That's all.
Yep.
And there were people saying, "Is anybody gonna talk about this?" It was like we just used a robot to kill a guy. It was like, okay, nobody's gonna talk about it. All right.
50 BMG is what you need, says the smoke. I mean, that's what they needed in that Terminator movie.
Yeah.
Like the newer one where it had Khaleesi as fucking Sarah Connor.
Genesis.
Yeah, Genesis.
I liked that movie, man. I honestly did.
Good.
Yeah.
What?
It was decent.
No, it wasn't. It was horrible.
I mean, it wasn't great, but it was better than most people think it was, I thought.
It was.
Did you want a 50 or a 338 Lapua?
I think 338's pretty fucking good too, honestly.
Because I feel like you want that thing to be cooking super fast, but also have some mass behind it.
Well, 338 Lapua Magnum has the longest sniper kill, like confirmed sniper kill on record, doesn't it? It was like 1.2 miles or something like that. That's a pretty good shot.
I feel like you want that round to be cooking at almost 3,000 feet per second, though, too.
What does 50 BMG shoot at?
Couldn't tell you.
Well, let's look it up, shall we?
We shall.
50 BMG feet per second. Velocity 2,000. So yeah, it's not as fast, but it weighs a lot more. Daniel says a Ukrainian almost beat the record the other day. That's crazy. I wonder if Ukraine's killed as many Russians as they say they have. I doubt it.
No.
They wish they had.
Jumpy says they used a suicide robot and the Zap Brannigan fucking method of fighting. Just keep sending troops in until the robots reach their kill limit. James White says RoboCop is coming. RoboCop drives a Ford Taurus. What do you think RoboCop carry? Yankee Marshall can be Dodo Cop. You know, they actually do have exoskeletal fucking shit that you can wear as soldiers now so that you can carry more weight without getting fucking fatigued, which is like one step away from RoboCop.
Are you talking about like the shit from Elysium?
Here, let me look it up.
Kind of like that, but it's too bulky.
I'd be more for the battle suits of Exo Squad.
Matter of fact, I think they discontinued doing something like that.
Oh, check it out. You wear this shit on your legs and you have some shit on your arms, right? And like it just assists you in moving. So you like pick up your leg, it like helps you pick up your leg. Like this guy, you like do a push-up, it helps you do push-ups. So you can carry a lot more, you can pick up a lot heavier things, and you run on batteries. Like look at this guy, dude. It looks like some Halo shit.
Yeah.
Wait till they armor that shit up.
I thought that was supposed to be the Russian suit from a
I was just about to say that. I think that was supposed to be the Russian one.
And look, they've got like Iron Man flight suit shit too.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy what they've got now. But look, he's got plenty of places you can put a bullet.
And people have called us crazy for how many years now for talking about this shit's coming, and here it is.
Yeah, I'm tired of the fucking accusations, man. I just ignore them now.
I could definitely see like this not being like common practice for like soldier, you know, shit soldier A, but there might be like 12 guys that have these or something.
Yeah, like special forces, they've got some like crazy amount of distance to cover carrying stuff. They're gonna give them this stuff, 100%.
Mm-hmm. But where's the disable spot? Is what we need to know. Where do you hit it to disable it?
Right here.
No, I'm talking on the fucking robots.
Oh, I don't know. In the camera. Take out its targeting system.
Yeah.
An actual bomb, not bullets.
Yeah, make a fucking sticky bomb and just attach it to it.
Right. Yep. A bunch of IEDs.
Elon Musk tweeted, "This is a battle for the future of civilization. If free speech is lost, even in America, tyranny is all that lies ahead." Do you believe that Elon Musk is fighting for free speech, or are you guys the Elon naysayers?
I think he's just I don't know, saving face or however the saying goes.
I don't know, to tell you the truth. I still haven't figured it out.
Yeah, I could see it being a psyop, honestly.
I mean, he also does believe in, you know, one world government and like other things that make kind of question what he's up to. But when it comes to freedom of speech and having like, you know, like equal rules on Twitter so people can get fucking, you know, banned for the same shit, like that's something we haven't had on social media since 2012, 2013, you know, like is when they started implementing it. In 2016 is when they put that shit in hyperdrive. I mean, it was what's it called when everyone stopped making so much money on YouTube for gun content?
Oh, the like, Adpocalypse?
Yeah, that was 2012, and that was the beginning of social media stepping in to fucking censor what people say without censoring what they say. They just took away their money, and a lot of people, because they're all about the dollar bills, stopped talking. Like, think about how many gun channels were around in 2012 that as soon as they took the money away, they became like a car channel or stopped making videos.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked to some extent, but it didn't work enough. Like, think about Sandy Hook happened, right? You had all these gun channels, all these social media sites, everybody in unison, not everybody, enough of us in unison together and the fucking gun rallies and people on the streets fucking shouting about, 1776 and all this other stuff. That shit went out the window since then because they realized, like, hey, this gives the people power, and we need to do what we can do to take away that power because we, the state, are the only ones who should have the power. Oh, you got a doggo there? Oh, doggo.
Yeah, this is Archer.
He's a black lab?
He's a black lab healer mix.
I miss having a dog.
Dogs are great.
I don't want the responsibility of having a dog in an apartment,
Mm-hmm. If Elon's so much about free speech and everything, why doesn't he bring back Alex Jones?
I think because of the amount of heat on him right now,
Yeah,
like,
but it doesn't matter.
You can't bring everybody back at the same time because you're gonna fucking end up crashing the whole thing. But if you do it incrementally, maybe you can do it eventually. I don't blame him for it, honestly. Yeah.
I mean, what would you do if you had like the most money in the world? I mean, if you had like real fuck you money, wouldn't you just be messing with people just because?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'd do.
Possibly. I might buy my own island like fucking some sort of Bond villain. Like fucking set up space technology on my island.
Like, this guy has enough money to completely be off the face of the world if he wanted to. Like, he's got enough wealth. Why does he need more? He doesn't. This guy could be completely off of social media and everything else and just go literally live on his own island. Why doesn't he?
Well, okay, compare what Elon Musk is up to compared to like Warren Buffett. Right? What does Warren Buffett do? He just makes money. That's all he does. Is he like spends money to make money and makes more money on top of his money, even though he's got more money than his great grandchildren could ever spend if they were on yachts their entire life. And yet he just continues to make money, and he continues to like fucking invest in corporations and do things behind the scenes, and doesn't really get involved with anything, and isn't really in the forefront of anything, and doesn't try to change anything. So really, he's part of the problem because he's just going along with the system because the system is there to fucking help him out, and he doesn't want to fuck with that because they're all just sitting down playing a game of poker, and the moment someone says like, "Hey, this game of poker's fucked up," everyone at the poker table gets up and shoots his ass. And I think Elon Musk has put a fucking giant target on his back. He's put a lot at risk for doing what he's trying to do in this whole thing, and I respect him for that. That's the same reason a lot of people like Trump, right? Because Trump could have just gone along and had his $1 billion or however much he had, and never stuck his neck out and never tried to do anything good for anybody. And he's the first president in history, the only president in history, as far as I know, to lose money while being in office. Every single other one of them made a fucking fuck ton of money. Look at the Obamas, look at the Clintons, look at Bushes or any of the other recent ones, including fucking even Kennedy made more money in office than he did before. So you can't say that about any other president, that they risked anything by being president. Trump, you can say that. And he was the first one. He was probably didn't do a very good job because I don't think he realized how much fucking power was arrayed against him to fucking stop him from doing what he wanted to do.
Yep.
But now I think people are starting to realize it, and the next guy to stick his neck out had to be a lot smarter about it, and that's Elon Musk, in my opinion. But yeah. All Thumb said Elon didn't have enough money to buy Twitter. There were other investors. $44 billion is a lot of money. He had enough money to buy it if he had sold enough of his stock and other things. But it's better, I guess, to have investors to get that money, Like even the FTX guy had $100 million into invested to fucking Musk for Twitter. And I don't think Elon probably realized what a piece of shit that guy was at the time. Who knows? Who knows what he knows?
Right.
He's a smart guy, though. You can't fucking deny that. Yankee Marshall will say that he's not smart, but Elon Musk had threatened free speech on Twitter by literally allowing people to speak freely.
Oh, no.
Fucking retards.
Don Lemon, man. That's another fucking, media piece of shit who needs to go away, who needs to fucking be exposed for what he is and who he stands for, because it's not us. He does not have your interest in heart. He does not have America's interest at heart. He stands for world government. He stands for international corporations. He's bought and paid for. Signed, sealed, delivered. Oh, yeah. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. That's what he's singing. You think Elon has presidential ambitions? I know he's not from here, but neither was the first 7 presidents, so could have a case. I think that's one of those things that they wouldn't let him, for specifically that reason. I mean, I guess Obama got through, didn't he? Was Obama actually born in the United States?
Fuck no, he's born in Kenya.
You could also say the same thing about Kamala currently.
Well, you don't have to be... Does that count for vice president, too?
Yes.
Where was she born at, supposedly?
Both of her parents are foreign nationals, and she was born on U.S. soil, which would make her an anchor baby and disqualify her on the spot.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I think it was her father or mother, whichever one it was a diplomat for somebody. I forget what country they were. It was like India or East Asia or something like that. That's why they were here to begin with.
T-Bone Jackson says, people say Elon is an alien. There's clips of him moving his neck weirdly and rolling his eyes weirdly. What are your thoughts? I mean, if there was a guy who was an alien, Elon might be him. He's the closest thing that we got to Tony Stark, you know?
Yeah. He is a bit weird looking and sounds fucking thrown off.
Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I feel like we got a lot of new people in the chat tonight. Like T-Bone Jackson, I don't think I've seen you before. Maybe I have.
No, like I said, I think it's just one person that keeps changing their name.
Is it TC?
Now there's the Pamela. Yeah, I was going to say, I think it might be TC.
No, because TC would be saying things to enrage me. But maybe, I don't know. I've banned enough TCs where he knows not to call himself that anymore. Anytime I see a TC, it's gone. Instantly. Without recourse or ramifications or any kind of fucking reason besides the name is TC. Because TC's pissed me off that bad where I will fucking fuck him in the face if I ever see him in real life. And he's like, hey, I'm TC from the internet. Like, cool, we're fighting now. Daniel says, what you think Elon's society on Mars would look like? Dude, if there's ever like a Martian colony, right? Who would we send? We would send scientists, we would send engineers, we would send people with high IQ, and their kids would necessarily have a much higher average IQ based upon the parents that they had compared to those left on Earth. So you extrapolate that like 10 generations out, they would be like fucking super smart compared to the average person on Earth, I think.
I always wonder, like, what would their accents turn into? And plus their skin pigment.
Maybe they get really dark because it's like all the radiation and stuff, so you need darker skin. Or maybe they just look like those fucking the gray aliens with little mouths and big heads and giant oval eyes and shit.
Because of
the zero teeth.
Right. I think it might be the opposite. It might get even whiter, like down an albino down there.
Yeah.
Really, there's no sun.
Well, it depends on what like Mars. Yeah, there's less sun than there is here.
Right. And you're always going to be inside.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Mars has less gravity, so they would be very weak here. How much? I thought Mars was like 3/4 of the gravity, though. It's not like that much less. But I mean, still, 3/4 of the gravity means like, oh, you weigh 200 pounds here. That means you weigh like, 150 pounds there, and you can like dunk a 10-foot basketball like it's no problem. You come to Earth, it's like I can't even fucking do a layup.
I don't know how that would work because just say like, 10-pound weight would be what, 7.5-pound weight or something like that. So
Yeah.
just like general movement and everything. I don't know.
Daniel says
That's a-
Mars has more gravity, not less. So they would technically grow bigger.
No, I think they have less gravity.
Let's look this up. God damn it.
Here we go.
Mars gravity versus Earth. Mars is not just smaller than Earth, but also less dense. Mars has 15% of Earth's volume. Mars is 15% of Earth's volume, and it's only 11% of Earth's mass, meaning its gravity would pull the surface of 38% as strong. So yeah, it's like 40% as much. Yeah. You can fucking do a hell of a long jump, though.
Right.
Did you guys see the Twitter files on free speech suppression that got released?
No.
So they're talking about internal communications with Twitter employees saying how they need to like take out this person or take out that person, or for instance, the Hunter Biden laptop story that got preempted by the FBI going to Twitter and Twitter employees. Vijaya Gadde got fucking like on board with getting that stuff scrubbed from the internet before it even happened.
Oh
And
yeah.
I forget who wrote the article, but there was an article that got published on Twitter, and then they got fucking suspended from Twitter until they got rid of that story, and only then were they allowed back on.
Yeah,
And again,
I was just listening to that story on Tim Pool today. Yeah.
And again, according to polls, if people had known about that, 15% of the people who voted for Joe Biden would not have voted for Joe Biden, and then Joe Biden would not be in office because he would have lost in those swing states where you only won by a few thousand votes or whatever, and we would have a different president. So literally, the actions of Twitter in 2020 changed the fucking outcome of an election and gave us sleepy, dopey Joe instead of fucking Trump, and put the whole country on a different trajectory. And they're, like they would be continuing to do it right now if Elon hadn't bought it out.
Yeah, and that's still election fortification.
Dude, Vijaya Gadde was crying when they got bought out. She was literally bawling her eyes out because I think she thought that they would never get caught for doing anything like that, because who has the kind of money to buy Twitter outright? Therefore, any of these internal communications that they've had are completely protected because no one's ever going to like see the light of day, right?
Oops.
But then Elon Musk came with his $44 billion and his giant big fucking alien dick and said, fuck you.
Didn't he just drop a lot of shit about the Hunter Biden laptop on Twitter?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Sorry, I walked off for a second.
No, you're good.
Trump has already called for the 2020 election to be overturned at this point because of this.
Well, I mean, if there was any fucking like justice in this country, it would be. But look at the deep state. Look at every institution of government. Every single institution of government is against people who are not part of the club. And you could be a Republican or Democrat and be part of that club. But you know who wasn't part of that club? Donald J. Trump, which is why they all fucking united against him. You have like these fucking anti-Trump Republicans and like diehard anti-Trump Democrats who all colluded together with media, with social media, with the justice system. You've got judges and everybody else who jumped up against it. Like you talk about federal, Supreme Court, excuse me. Supreme Court did all these things that are like, oh, it's so good for Americans and they're on our side. My gut tells me they're not. Why is that? Well, one big reason is Roe versus Wade. They overturned that shit. Why? Because in the midterms, it took a whole bunch of people who didn't really care about the midterms and who wouldn't have voted and would have let that red wave happen and put them out on the streets fucking screaming about how their vagina is going to be raped by the government because of Roe versus Wade being overturned. And like, we better fucking get out and vote and stop that shit. So many of them wouldn't have cared about a fucking midterm election. So many of them were already fucking lukewarm on Biden anyway because of the fucking bumbly fucking bullshit that he's been up to. Their life hasn't got any better since he's been in office. It's been worse, you know? So, like, why would they vote for anything Democrat? Well, it's because the Republicans are going to make it so you can't get an abortion and murder your baby. Meanwhile, the Satanists are standing outside of the abortion clinics fucking saying, Hail Satan, Hail Satan. Yeah, that's all fucking, like, one big program working together, in my opinion.
So I have a question. If Trump, say Trump gets what he wants and, we overthrow the 2020 election, at this point, what difference will it make? Everything's already fucked up.
Well,
Okay, Hillary.
2 less years of fucked up, that's for sure. But I don't know. What are you gonna say there, Leo?
No, I said, okay, Hillary.
Daniel says it's time to end women's suffrage. Dude, if the women didn't have the vote, it'd be 100% Republican all the time. But then it'd just be a uniparty in the other direction, and I don't trust them either. You know what I mean? Maybe if emotion was taken out of the equation, there would be more rational thought as to where the country's going, and more like thinking about how things should be done, which is how men think, right? Versus women think with emotion. And I'm speaking generalizations here, obviously, but women tend to think on emotions. They tend to vote on who they like better, not based upon what their policies might be or how that might affect their lives. And they know that, and they use that, and they've been using that. Same thing with the black vote, dude. Hate to say it, but what do you get called if you vote anything but Democrat?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's antithetical to the very nature of human beings that they should vote for freedom and for, their own fucking benefit. But when government comes in and says, hey, we'll hand you a couple of crumbs if you just keep voting this way, they vote for their own enslavement.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. Shit's fucked. Smoke's right. We've already hit the fucking we have already hit the iceberg. Water is rushing into the boat. It's beginning to list. The band is playing on the fucking deck, keeping people calm. But pretty soon we're going to be under that icy water. And if you're not on a lifeboat, you don't get your shit together and realize what's going to happen. And guess what? There's not enough fucking, seats on the lifeboats for the third-class citizens, which are what we are.
Yeah.
First class, second class get fucking first choice on the boats. Third class gets last in line. And only some of us will get on those boats at the very end, if there are such a thing.
And we're not far off from the boat actually being sunk.
I mean, how long was it between the fucking iceberg and being underwater? A couple hours?
Yep.
Figuratively, we've already hit that, and it's been a couple of years. I think we've only got a matter of time. I think probably, who knows when it's going to happen, but like you got the BRICS countries coming out with oil deals where they're trading gold for oil instead of U.S. dollars. The petrodollar is dead. That's been the only thing holding up our currency for the past 30 years. Is our deals with OPEC countries to say, hey, if you want to buy gold, you have to use dollars. So all these countries come to us trading whatever they can trade to us for dollars so that they can buy oil. The only thing we really exported for the past 30 years is fucking paper dollar bills. And we've already exported so many of them that they've completely lost their fucking value on the international market, where China and Saudi Arabia and all these countries are taking those dollars and buying up land and everything that they can get for dollars right now because they know that sooner or later that shit's going to be worthless. And that sooner is going to be sooner than later. Daniel says, read what I wrote in the chat. I think with some of the clever wording on a ballot initiative, we could get this done. Just be like, women aren't y'all. Wait. Women be like, sorry. Just be like, women aren't y'all always suffering. We can end that and vote yes to end your suffrage.
Vote for suicide.
Yeah, right. Oh, Jesus. Well, that's all the stories I had.
Poor Matt, why do you have to go die like that?
Because of this.
Shooting and I suffered the pressure.
He'll be here after Easter.
I didn't add any clips this week. I forgot to do that. It's too bad. I got too many.
So I got story time.
All right.
I got a little drunk last night listening to Matt's chat, and I got out my zombie gun, and I woke up yesterday morning to go to work, and I'm like, oh man, where's my keys? And just so it turns out that ended up taking my spare and going to work. Then I remembered, oh yeah, I was playing with my zombie gun, and they were in the freaking safe door.
Yeah, I saw your post on Discord.
Yeah.
That shit was funny.
Yeah, every time I lose my main keys, I only look for 2 minutes, then I just grab the spare. Like, oh man, no, I ain't got time to be looking for that shit.
I've got a spare key for my car, but not for my front door. So if I lose my keys and I gotta leave, that means I gotta like leave the front door open. I don't like that. I should get a spare for that too, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got like 2 or 3 different like sets of keys. So they don't have like all my toolbox keys and stuff on it, but like just in general, like, oh, house keys or whatever, or car key. Yeah, I got a couple sets of those.
If you had to put a timeline on it, Honda, how long do you think until we have before we're fully sunk?
Well, who knows? Because they've got all kinds of weird little tricks that they can pull to prolong it. I think ultimately when it goes underwater, it will be the time of their choosing. Because, I mean, if they wait until the boat sinks naturally, like they try to keep it up as long as they can, then it'll be obvious whose fault it is. So they need some sort of a fall guy, some sort of a reason why it's not their fault. So they will make something happen. It'll be a false flag or something like that event where shit happens and oh, now shit's fucked, but it's not our fault. It's because Russia dropped a nuke or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Man, it's month to month. You never know.
Oh, you mean like
if it happened this year, like this upcoming year, like after December, like January, February, March, something like that, I wouldn't be surprised. Hold on, I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
All right. Take over penises. Let's
talk
about it.
At least he's not pulling a grumpy and pissing while he's on the chat.
I didn't turn off my mic. Leave me alone.
So to go back to that Balenciaga thing for a minute with that woman that they were talking about being the fashion designer, if I was ever to look at a Crossroads demon in real life, that would be it in a nutshell.
So what trade are you willing to make with that demon?
No, I'm saying just in general. Like if they actually was Crossroads demons on this earth, I think she would be one of them.
Oh, I thought you said if you came across. I heard that wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me show you guys something fun.
In the documentary, there's Supernatural, you know.
Yep.
All right, this is the COVID-19 in its final form.
I fucking love that gun.
I do too.
So now we got the iron sights and the vortex on top. Because I had the scope on it for a long time just because it was funny, but now it's actually useful.
Why don't you put the low mount on it to drop it down a little lower?
Because I don't... Why don't you do that to your gun? My gun. Do it on one.
How long is that barrel?
8 inches.
Jesus.
That's right, buddy. I love this thing. It's fucking light. Especially when you take the mag out and stuff, it fucking weighs nothing.
That thing's a flashbang. Everything in the room.
Dude, it shoots fucking good. Like, and it's got the 3.5 pound trigger in it. Like fucking nothing, dude. You pull it with my pinky. I love this thing. It's lots of fun. Diddle diddle doo doo boo doo doo.
Oh, 80s Matt Danson getting in the groove on.
Rick rolled you. Oops. Bang
You
some
can't
shit.
you can't be Rickrolled if you like it.
Roll number 37.
Be unrollable. That's something that they didn't teach you.
It's false. It might not be final form when Daddy ATF says brace bad.
See, what's going to happen to all that cheap shit that we get from China if China just fully collapse after what's going on?
I mean, you just won't get any more cheap shit from China. Like, the cheap shit you have from China will be the last cheap shit from China, and you'll have to get cheap shit from America, which will be really expensive and also shitty. So you'll be paying 10, 20, 30 times what you pay for your cheap shit from China for something worse made in America because we haven't produced anything for fucking 20 years, 30 years. Shit, it's been since the 80s for most of the stuff. When was the last TV made in America? When they still had tubes. Like, we don't make shit here anymore. Remember when Biden came up with the plan to make fucking microchips in Arizona? We gave him like $10 billion to set up the factory. How's that going? I doubt they've even fucking really got anywhere with it.
Probably just a way to embezzle money.
Well, there's probably that too. You're probably right on that one. Dana says, "God damn it, Hunter! I make all kinds of shit." Fine, you do, and there is some production in America. You're right, but how much does your shit cost versus the cheap China shit? Especially when the value of the dollar goes to shit, and you got to start paying dudes a lot more than you're paying them now to do the shit that they're doing already.
Right.
You're going to be spending 20, 30 times what you spend on the shit that's made in China.
Right. And we have a minimum wage here.
All the time. Maybe it would be better if it's made in America in certain instances. But when it comes to like, an electronic device, that's what I was thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And plus every year minimum wage goes up. Like all across the board. So.
Yeah, Daniel says 5 to 25 times the price.
Yeah. He also said up a little bit, he goes, wrong. We will just have cheap shit made in Mexico.
Yeah, but how long is that going to take for us to get everything that's been made in China to start getting made in Mexico or India?
I mean, already makes all their shit in Mexico and India.
How much money do we throw at it?
Right. If we started getting shit made in Mexico, how long until people start seeing like drugs and shit pop up in their order?
How long until people start moving back to Mexico because the economy is better there than it is here, and there's actually jobs over there and competition for those jobs.
Yeah.
And it's cartels who's going to be starting all like most of the businesses.
Dude, if you have like a margarita with lime or a Corona with lime, chances are your lime came from a fucking cartel run orchard.
Yeah.
Already today, right now. Same with avocados. A lot of the avocados that come from Mexico, cartel run, because they've realized like, hey, legitimate businesses are actually a good way to make money. And if we could just take over and preempt the fucking local governments and people who own the shit, then we can make money that way too. We got to diversify. Can't just make money off cocaine and heroin, right? Plus, it's a good way to send cocaine and heroin over here. You got like an order for 100,000 avocados. Well, 5,000 of them are just cocaine. Like,
or would we start seeing shit pop up like in the 70s and 80s when mafias used to run big metropolitan cities?
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, what happened to the mafia after the prohibition ended? Well, they just took over like Teamsters and like certain fucking industries. And if you work in fucking like I don't know New Jersey or whatever, you got to be part of the family. You got to be in the family.
Mm-hmm.
You're not in the family, get out.
Businesses got to pay for protection and insurance.
It's fucked up shit, man. I think we're headed for some hungry times, man. Get your fucking food stores good to go. Maybe buy some seeds, get your victory garden going. You know.
I actually just added to that today. I went grocery shopping and got a bunch of shit to put back.
Never gonna give, never gonna give. Oh shit! Are they coming out with Face Off 2? When is that happening?
I don't know. I've heard talks about it. I just haven't heard it when it's supposed to happen.
Son of a bitch. We are currently sowing seeds to make the Colorado electorate fertile for California-style gun control. The only shootings we cover in depth are those that prove politically useful and pressure Governor Jared Polis into civilian disarmament. That shit happens, I'm moving to Texas, 100%. Like, oh, you guys are getting draconian with your gun laws. You're going to make me turn in my shit? Peace. I love Colorado, but not that much.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that shit going down in Oregon right now?
Oh, it's fucking... I'd be leaving Oregon if I lived in Oregon.
Highly unconstitutional.
I mean, someone's going to fight against it, I think, eventually, and probably win in the Supreme Court in like 10 years.
I think they already didn't, or aren't they already setting shit in motion to stop that? I read something about it earlier.
There's FTC and GOA, and they've both sued them, but like, how long is that going to take?
Oregon Firearms Federation, I think that's what it's called, OFF. They have finally sued over BM 114 there.
But like Honda said in Grumpy, how long is that going to take?
Right. Like, so just watching some of Yankees videos. I watch his videos every once in a while, and the way that I'm taking Measure 114, like you're supposed to go be able to get a purchase permit from your local sheriff or whoever. They're supposed to deem you a worthy person of being able to buy a firearm. There's not even a system in place for that, and they're not even going to be enforcing it. But all of the FFLs aren't gonna, back selling firearms to individuals if they don't have a permit of purchase, basically.
Right, and how long can an FFL go without being able to sell guns before they're not an FFL anymore?
Exactly.
Couple weeks.
Yeah.
Unless it's some dude running it out of his house. Or you're a big box store like Academy Sports. Any business that has a storefront that has overhead cost, they're done.
Yeah, and I think that's probably part of the plan. Like, oh, sorry, you couldn't make it for 6 months while we figured out this regulation. Oh, one less gun shop, I guess. Sorry.
And that's where those gun shops and shit need to stand up and band together and fight and, give the middle finger to the fucking government.
Well, and even if like there's like the local sheriff who's like, well, I'm not going to enforce this law. Okay, fine. What about in 3 years or 5 years or 8 years when they put another sheriff who will, Like that shit's not permanent. There was plenty of sheriffs in Colorado when they put the red flag laws into effect and the magazine bans into effect who said that they would never fucking like have anything to do with enforcing those laws. Most of those dudes got fucking preempted by a Soros-backed guy who had Soros money. And now they're out, and the Soros guy's in. Daniel says, read what I put in the chat, Night Strike, damn it. China is basically a massive U.S. slave colony. People that really pull the strings over there and here are CCP is just house slaves, LOL. Well, the thing is, like, is our government really going to step up and do anything about the injustice and the fucking crazy shit going on in China? No, they're not. Because they're bought and paid for by the same people who were implementing that shit over there. And a lot of the people who were doing that are these multinational corporations like Apple, who have so much fucking money that they can buy off politicians and whoever they want in whatever country they want to fucking do business in and get them to go along with whatever they want them to go along with, which is part of the reason we are in the fucking shit that we're in right now. I mean, look at like the COVID vaccine rollout, right? How many of those people are like fucking paid off and shit by Pfizer money, you know? Like certainly Fauci was the guy pushing the hardest for all this stuff, and he got paid probably fucking handsomely. Like they even questioned him about it in Congress, and they're like, how much did you get any kickbacks from Pfizer? And he's like, well, I'm not lawfully required to answer that question. Like, oh, okay, so that means yes, you were. We just don't know how much, you know? Yosh says Honda can't read for shit. Fuck you. You try reading out loud for 3 hours straight. You're gonna fuck some shit up. What did I mess up? China is basically a massive U.S. slave colony. People that really pull the strings over there and here are the CCP. Is just house slaves. I read that correctly. I don't know what you're getting that shit from.
Probably because you paused right before reading that last few words.
Well,
Okay, TC.
I heard Yosh really likes penis in his vagina. That's what I know. I read that earlier, but I didn't say it out loud because I suck at reading.
In his prison wallet.
Well, shit, I think it's almost breakfast burrito time here. We've been going 3 hours and 6 minutes. What do you guys think? Got any last thoughts before we close it down?
A little, yeah. So, what is it? If you think about the class systems and the class systems we have in place internationally, there's always been some type of slaves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're talking about modern day. Like, for you to have something means somebody else has to have nothing. And it's just on international level instead of having it localized here in America. I mean, we still have it here in America, of course, but it's on a very minimal scale to, say, what China or other countries are doing.
I could agree with that. Although I would say we're kind of like, in a way, we are the serf class. We're the slaves of America today, because if you have a job and you work your butt off, you've got a place to live and you've got food, maybe some medical care, right? If you worked your ass off for the slave owners back in the day, maybe you wouldn't get whipped so hard, and you'd have some food and a place to sleep and maybe some medical care on occasion, because they want the good slaves to last longer. I mean, it's basically the same thing, which is more steps, and we have computers now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But the computers are, in a way, meant to enslave us, because they are the thing that's watching over you. It's 1984. It's the thing on the wall telling fucking Winston what to fucking do and reporting back to the central government what he said, you know? If you follow the reference. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna turn around and hurt you. Anybody else got anything?
Yeah, to go to the gun control stuff for a minute. There's a group called Gun Sense Vermont that's now trying to overturn Vermont's preemption law to get rid of constitutional carry there, since they're the oldest one to have it.
Yeah, I saw something about that.
And your Senate president there in Colorado said that they're having everything on the table right now for gun control after Club Q, including an assault weapons ban.
Well, it's funny how that whole thing kind of fell apart as soon as the guy's like, I'm non-binary.
I would like to say, eat a grasshopper and save the planet.
Have they quit talking about the Walmart shooting yet, or is it still?
I have not heard anything about that lately.
Yeah, I know.
Apparently, Illinois, though, they're talking about doing an assault weapons ban there, too, and they got the votes for it.
Yeah. Not too much concerned about it. Because we get what we voted for, and I'm all fine with it.
Goddamn Bills.
We had a chance to turn it around, but no. Yep. So I'm fine whatever comes to us.
Well, you live in fucking socialist hellhole fucking Chicago.
Right.
Like your shit's already fucked.
Yep.
So you might as well just be like, well, fuck it all. Let's bring on the fuckery.
Yep. We deserve it.
So,
because this is how we voted. So
why hasn't Colorado gone completely full retard yet? I'm actually kind of surprised that there's still laws in place to help support what you guys still have.
We're a cut hair away from full retard, bro.
Yep.
It's like right around full retard is like one vote away, one thing away. We're not very far away from it, in my opinion.
One incident away.
Well, they just had their incident, so they're just getting their shit together. They're rallying the troops so that they can go full retard. Because you got to go full retard. You got to get all the retards together at the same time. So, yeah. I mean, we've already gone full retard on so many things, though, right? Like, think about, okay, marijuana, fine, right? But now we've got mushrooms. You can grow mushrooms. You can have mushrooms. You can sell mushrooms. They're decriminalized. They're 100% legal. You can just do all the mushrooms you want, which I don't particularly have a problem with. You know, it's fine if you want to do mushrooms. You're not hurting anybody. Okay, what about abortion, right? Abortion up until the baby is in the birth canal and they can snap its neck on the way out because it's Colorado. That's pretty fucking full retard. The only thing we haven't gone full retard on is guns. We've already gone half retard on that shit. You know what I mean?
What politician was it that was advocating to abort their children up until 18 years old if they're not a productive member of society?
That was California, I think.
And I'm totally fine with that.
On a positive gun note, sometime next week, Ohio is probably going to be passing SB 185 and taking it to the governor's desk, which will make sure that our gun rights are protected, even in the case of a riot or pandemic, etc.
I don't know what you just said because I was reading the chat. Daniel says it's more like 3 blunts away from full retard. Yeah, I think that's about right. We're 1 blunt away.
You know how during lockdowns and stuff like that, you had all these gun shops that were shutting down and everybody couldn't get their concealed carry renewed and stuff like that. This piece of legislation would basically say, no, can't do that shit. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Every state should have that.
Yeah.
Man, I remember 2020 going into a gun shop around here. I live in Kansas. And it was the place everybody went to kind of go hang out. It was there and Menards. Like, people went and just hung out at Menards. And then a lot of people went to the gun shops too. And those places were just so fucking busy all the time when they were open.
Yeah.
But also they were some of the only things open too.
Now my gun shop is just now starting to give out deals again. For a long time since the pandemic, they didn't.
Okay, Daniel says, read the chat I put above the last chat one. The last one, Night Strike will appreciate it. So not this one, but this one. Shout out our Lord and Savior Night Strike. Email all your religious questions to nightstrike@gmail.com. And don't forget to use code FreePrintPenis. All right, guys. On that note, I think I'm done. I gotta. My brain's not working so well anymore. It's slowing down. But I appreciate everyone for being here. I'm thinking we're gonna do a little different setup, right? Because I feel like I've got the whole week to go through Twitter stories and find a bunch of stuff to talk about for the Saturday night chat, and I blow my whole load on that stuff because I can't wait to give it away like a birthday present. And then Sunday comes around and I like scramble to put some shit together for the chat, so it's kind of lacking. So I think from now on, what we're going to do is Late Night with Honda is going to be like the go through news stories and Twitter stories and whatever's going on, unless there's something crazy anyway, chat. and then on Sunday for the Gay Frog chat, it's just going to be like a shoot the shit Q&A wherever it takes us chat. So moving forward, that's the plan, unless things change, in which case they'll change, and that'll be what it is.
You know, Matt hasn't done top 10s for a while. You could take that up.
Yeah, that requires work.
He's talking about bringing it all back, though.
I mean, it is the end of the year, so we could do a top 10 2022.
Maybe I could start doing a bracket for the Gay Frog chat every week, because Matt doesn't do brackets anymore either. That might be fun.
Yeah, we could do that.
So maybe hit me with some
like
bracket ideas. I like it. But yeah, guys, I gotta go get a burrito because I ate a salad today and that's it, and I'm getting hungry. So
the good old Saturday tradition.
Yep, Saturday night tradition. Get a burrito. So we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Oh, hit my fucking microphone. I'm sure you guys heard that. Peace out, Girl Scout. Put your faces. Fuck penis.
Never gonna give.
I want to talk to you, motherfucker.
Oh wait, shit, not that one. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow, man. Y'all have a good night. All right.
Later, Penis Sprinkles.
Peace.